Hello, and welcome to the Black Winter Nights. Here with myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and the Black Winter Nights.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. Sorry we started the stream a little bit late.
I'll get it.
There's someone at the door. Come in. That's probably Fletch. So, sorry we started a bit late. Some people had a bit of a leisurely stroll. No, I'm just kidding. We're glad to bring you this tonight. I've had too much coffee. So, once our guest player arrives, I can hear him on the stairs now. The echoing sounds of a wandering man lost in the void. Sorry, mate. All good. Fletch, welcome. So, Black Winter Nights. Essentially, we have some announcements. We have a new follower who I've written down the name of and then proceeded to lose. That's a picture of a penis. Are you
sure that's not the name? Picture of.
Can anyone see a post-it note? Oh, it's underneath that bag. Can I please have those post-it notes to announce our new, lovely, loyal follower, the Toasty Ghosty. The Toasty Ghosty. Interesting tidbit. My internet password when I was intermediate was toast. No, ghost spelled incorrectly. Ghost spelled like toast. Please don't hack my Neopets account. Anyway, we'd like to thank you, the Toasty Ghost.
Like toast. We toast, isn't it?
HOST.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. We are beaming out of Wellington, New Zealand. I'd like to say hi, Olivia. How's it going?
Thanks.
Hey.
Hello, Olivia.
What up?
Anything
So, the party. We will begin with Shiver. Eating a Slim Jim. You'd found yourself deep in the forests, Black Winter, with the leader of your circle, the unending moon, Ark. And the man with no name, no tongue, and no story, Fletch. Upon seeing Ark had kidnapped the child for a very dark but old magic ritual in which he attempted to bring the rest of the party back through the veils of time out of the Iron War and set them once again where they should be, Shiver stepped forward, and with his noble druidic heart, she stepped between the child and the one who intended to slay her, even for good intention. That was when Fletch, upon finding that his life is nothing but an echo of an echo, a crashing wave of lives that war, that had fallen through the cracks of time and amalgamated themselves into physical form, decided to step forward into the void. Essentially sacrificing himself, he took the blade that Ark had, put it to his own throat, and that was the end of Fletch. Shiver, that's where you begin. You see, as you turn and you hear the words, the conviction in Fletch's voice. The last thing you see is this knife that switched right through his neck, but instead of blood, you see his form turn into a human-coloured shadow. Smoke, in fact, of his... yes.
Human-coloured shadow.
Human-coloured shadow.
What colour is a human?
Ooh.
Are we going to open that can of worms?
Hey.
We support all races and cultures from around the world.
ubiquitous shadow.
We are a diverse group, because gnomes and stuff. Anyway, so where the blade exited, there was this trail of smoke, and his whole form just. I need you to make a straight intelligence check. First roll of the night.
Ha! Witness.
Net 20.
Nice.
Wow.
And Ark got a nat 1.
Is that the first roll? Is that the first roll?
That's the first roll. Well, actually, no, I rolled my nat 1 before he... yeah. So a natural 1 and a natural 20. Fantastic. Okay, so as this thing cuts through him, immediately parts of your mind feel like they tense and snap as all this memory is just ripped from you. However, you see across from you Ark have a similar effect, but not manage to hold it together as well as you have. You see his eyes kind of flit, and he opens them and just serenely stares and turns to you. I'm sorry, what? What were we saying?
You don't remember?
The child.
Do you remember the shadow?
Shadow? And he turns to where you're pointing, and there's just this faint now wisp of black smoke that vanishes. You yourself are aware that some kind of large quantities of information have been ripped from your mind, the memories of what that was, but you manage to figure and call back some of your own memories to at least have the name.
So I remember Fletch's name.
Yeah.
Do you not remember Fletch, Ark?
Fletch?
Who was right here?
You've spent too long through the portals of time.
Do you not feel the memories gone from you?
As he locks eyes with confusion into your soft druidic eyes, you can see behind him just trees just breaking apart, and the whole vision just shakes a little bit. What are you talking about?
It's static or jumping on a video. Okay,
Yeah.
Like a glitch. He's
Yeah.
glitching.
Do you not notice the glitch in the Matrix?
Du vi erst in det så.
Hmm?
Vad sa? Du besan. Du besan?
Yeah. No, what? Okay, are you with me?
For mine.
For mine?
And now you see there's just like this
Okay.
blackness just like emanating through the trees, slowly just eating up all the matter from behind him. What are you...
Okay. Look.
Uh-oh.
As he turns, most of his face is now just shadow, and it's kind of eating away at his flesh. What are you talking about?
Okay. Is that coming in from a certain direction?
All directions.
All directions.
You.
Centered on me. Okay. This is beyond me. Alright, okay.
Can I detect magic?
Which way is As's castle?
North.
Not Athel. Nyath. We're in the future.
Yeah.
Which way is Nyath's castle?
South.
I run in that direction.
Cool. You take 4 steps, and the ground beneath you, with each step, gets weaker and weaker and weaker until you tumble. You fall. But you feel more like you're actually standing still and the void is falling. And eventually, you land with the rest of these guys. Fletch, you're not quite there yet, but the rest of you guys, boom, land on the stone wall, the stone floor of Nyath's castle where you'd stood not 3 weeks ago, seemingly back in your own time, seemingly at the same moment you left, except Nyath is now, instead of holding the Chaos Orb, holding nothing, as you just see this hand completely black and silvers, just like... It's not like a hand there, it's like a hand that's missing. There's a point in time and space where there's a void, and that void is hand-shaped, taking the Chaos Orb just into the darkness behind him. Nyath. How did you do that? I need everyone to re-roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Welcome back to the future!
Deja vu initiative.
Okay.
4.
Fletch.
You don't have any spells left anyway.
Fletch, I realise I need something. Can you
Oh, no,
check in
it's
this cupboard? There should be a green book. Someone? Anyone? Green book that says Adventures of Alicia, Eyes of the DM only.
Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. That's the one. You would have disadvantage for the rest of your life. Okay. So, you guys notice you're in the same room. You've got the same walls adorned with, some would say, too many weapons. And each of these weapons is wreathed in purple fire. Nyath himself holds a great maul in one hand, also wreathed in purple fire that kind of emanates to the top of this chamber. The crack in the middle, where Nyath has built his castle around, is the rift to the 9 hells that has opened during the Tournament of Torment, which was played very recently here. Nyath looks confused and turns to Arkyan, who once stood by his side. I need you to make a straight charisma check.
Charisma check? But that wasn't an
That did,
intentional
no, that
roll.
was not an intentional roll.
'Cause that
You didn't
was a
need to
natural
roll.
one as well. Straight charisma is
Sorry, wisdom. My bad.
wisdom. Are you sure it wasn't charisma?
I'm sure it's wisdom.
Then it's a 5.
Okay. So, Nyath turns to you before combat begins, sees you. He believes the spell is still in effect, so don't worry. Okay, so, however, you've just returned to the point where battle was raging. Nyath seemingly has had no awareness of the change. So, 15 to 20.
16.
Okay. 10 to 15.
13.
Who's got the higher dex?
I've got 12. 13.
Yeah, that wins.
Dain goes in the initiative order. 5 to 10.
9.
Okay. And Gorstag. 6.
Yeah, and I had a 4.
Okay. Cyan 4.
It's getting the low ones out of the way first.
Yeah. Probably on the important rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Knife looks confused.
Forgot I had buttons.
Flicks his eyes. You can see them through the plate helm that he's wearing. At you, scans, turns to the rest, raises a hand. A dagger on the side of the wall kind of shimmers into his hand. Fate. Upon this moment, you've returned. You've got a little bit of void, aura, and your mind is still not completely pieced together from this travel. You do feel a little bit drained, but not in any way that's going to affect your stats. However, you're the first one's brain to click and realise, oh, yes, combat. What would you like to?
I would like to look at the back wall and see what's there.
Okay. It's about 20 feet to the wall. Yeah, so you run across. That's your movement.
Well,
most of it.
I'm
Trying to
assuming,
discern. Okay, so that will be insight.
I'm assuming the orbs are still on there. I want to try and see because
Yeah.
last time we were here, that's where we kept everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Roll some insight. Investigation. Insight.
Does it have to be insight?
No. Investigation.
I like that. 8.
8. Okay.
I'm not correct.
So, Knife is pretty much standing in front of these orbs where they were because he just pulled one down until it had vanished. But behind him, you do see a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So alright, cool. Oh, wait. So I'm gonna try and get around there. Am I anywhere near this one?
This one in the middle.
Yeah.
You're about 15 feet away.
Oh, you're lucky. I'm gonna go to the back wall as far away from Knife as I can and just take a shot at him.
Cool. So Fate, with her tiefling speed, kind of backpedals a little bit. As she does so, pulls an arrow, locks it, raises,
Sorry.
loosens.
I should have rolled. That's a lot. That's like 24.
That's a lot. Okay. So this arrow, Fate, poof, planted in this place. Look up, see Knife, Chaos Orb gone. Words, see the guy turn, orbs behind him. Run backwards, pull loose, hits, roll damage.
Is there anybody within 5 feet of melee range of him?
No.
Alright.
That's not where you left off.
That is. What is it? It's a 7.
7. Okay. An arrow just manages to pierce the armor that he's wearing, and as he exhales, smoke comes from his helm.
Yeah. Can I be cheeky and use my cunning hands to get my rapier and see if I can poke something off the wall?
Yeah, go for it.
Man.
Fate, unable to overcome her tiefling roguish ways.
What am I? No, it's a 1.
Seeing a rare moment of opportunity to make some capital gain in classic rogue style, despite the fact you just travelled through time and ended up in the castle of a madman, you decide instead that it might be, hey, a good opportunity to steal some stuff.
Accidentally throw your rapier and shatter the globe.
As you reach your rapier to go and pick up a thing, it is wreathed in purple flame, which goes right down and touches your hand, and you have to drop it.
Alright.
Okay, is that what you're doing with your turn?
That's all I'm doing.
Zook, you're up.
Okay.
Your gnomish form is now about 30 feet away from Ninth. On the other side, I believe, from last time we left off, of the rift.
So, me, Rift, Knife?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Your gnome-like instincts tell you to act.
Can I insight check Arkyan?
Yes, you can. What's your bonus?
Just +1.
Arkyan looks a lot more scared than you've seen him in recent years. Months,
Okay,
weeks. Yes, he's terrified.
That's
Yes.
a good sign.
Years.
It's time travel.
centuries.
It's time travel.
Centuries.
It's 100 years. It's I don't know.
I'd like to use Enlarge Person on Dain of the Dankles.
All right.
Make him double Dain.
So,
He's going to double down on Dain.
Shiver, you notice Sook's eyes just like dart around the room, and you can see calculating at a very fast speed. He turns to Dain and just this arcane flash of blue kind of rainbows from his hand over to Dain, and as it hits you right in the chest, you just stand considerably taller and stronger.
And I want to step away from the rift.
And then take a step back from the rift. You're now closer to the back wall. Okay, awesome, Dain, you're up.
Step away from Rift.
Last thing he did was almost fall in and unconscious from memory.
I had a terrible
Yeah.
dream. I fell into that rift and died.
I was wondering if you did that.
Yeah, I hit you with the crit scorching ray.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So, Nyeth stands in black armour.
I'm also going to use a little perceptive look at the walls to search for another orb
Cool.
of the same make.
Cool.
And I rolled a 3. So how's a 3?
A 3 knife is blocking the wall at this angle you cannot see.
All 4 walls is blocking all of them. I can only focus on knife.
Yeah, you go to search the wall, but you see a spider and you follow it like across the roof. Going, wow.
Orbs.
Can I get an insight at +0 on my uncertain companion?
Yeah. Terrified?
Yep, cool. And I will go in for just a solid wall whack. I'm out of magic, so.
Okay, right.
Well, maybe I should try and restrain knife.
You have advantage on strength checks, and you add a die 4 to your weapon attacks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just belly flop on him.
Bring him
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, so
You
I'll,
start to grapple.
So Knife is himself a human, although an abnormally large human.
right.
So still humanish, but taller than the average.
Yeah, I'll go for a good old bull rush. Try and take his legs out from under him.
Go for it.
So that's probably athletics, or he can use escape artist if he'd like. And I get. Do I get the advantage, or is he too big?
It's too big.
You still have an advantage.
No, you'd have
because,
advantage.
yeah, it's a strength check, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got
It doesn't
a.
sound like it's more than you, does it?
Just advantage on strength check.
Dain streaks across the room.
Oh yeah, that's a 25.
Just leaps across the rift. in one foul smooth motion, grabs Knife by the neck, and as you bring this to your body. Yeah.
I forgot to mention that I've got the severed head of the king.
Oh, the evident king.
Evident king in my other hand. So I'm using one hand to stomp him down while holding the other head.
So, and you managed to. Can you roll intimidation as well, please?
Can I swoon in the background?
That's a.
Head move. Oh my god. Always gets them.
I'm trained in that, so that's a 10.
Okay.
You're trained at taking people down with a dead head.
It was my people's specialty.
Yeah, it's one of the rules in Pathfinder. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Lovely tribe there.
Across, head in hand, across the roof, other hand into Knife's chest, who just right off his back, and there's a trail of smoke from his helm as he. And as his eyes blink, you can see him through, and he sees the head of the Everdead King. He seemingly recognizes the head,
Alright.
and his eyes just widen with fear. Is there anything else you'd like to do? He's now pinned to the ground. That was smooth.
Yeah, I think that's me this time.
That would be Shiver.
So that's the head of the Everdead King that's in your hand.
We
Yeah.
walked through time.
Yeah, so everyone else
Drag that
looted.
through time.
Everyone else
Has he
looted
still
him.
got the iron? Or did someone...
He took the eye.
He took the
I
iron,
can
right?
Yeah, everyone was looting him, but I just wanted the head.
I love the way we still found time to behead someone and take their
Yeah.
eye before we left.
No, fortunately I
You
killed him by
made-
taking the head off.
Yeah.
So he was right
But
for
generally
picking.
does it, yeah.
I said fuck the head.
Okay, yeah, Shiver. The echoes of Ark's voice still kind of ring in your head, but you realise that this matter is more pressing than that.
So I point forward at Nyeth,
Yeah,
cast heat metal on his armor
Yeah.
while he's down.
nice.
Oh, nice.
So that's
Ouch.
Yeah,
Good move.
that's why you go naked into battle, guys.
right. 2d8.
Ooh,
So that's
8.
8 damage.
Okay, so Shiver raises her hand, and you can just see like this glow, this arcane glow. It's like red and gold, and it just for a moment it just looks like it's just in your hand. But then as your eyes like flick to Knife, you see the same symbol, like the same glow on his chest, and it just emanates through. And you see the metal that he's wearing just starts sizzling.
Carry on concentrating on that.
Mhm.
Move forward, and as I'm walking towards him,
Yeah.
turn forwards into a bear, ready to strike.
No, so Shiver just like quite elegantly just steps forward, one foot after another, until raises her hands, and they just kind of pad out. Very nice.
Does my mail gauntlet protect me from that sizzling knife armor?
Oh, I would make a dex save if I was you.
Alright. Oh yeah, an 18.
As soon as you feel the metal heating up, you kind of readjust and pin them in a way where your hand is not touching the metal, but rather some of the leather.
Okay, right.
Yeah. That's a combination of, yeah.
Cool,
He
cool.
hasn't actually got that, yeah. Okay, cool. So is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn? As Nyeth is now screaming in pain, his metal rip up and
Moved, changed, spelled. No, that's it. I covered it.
Okay, awesome.
How long can you keep that arm, that burn armor going?
I can keep that for a minute. 10
Okay.
minutes.
Whoa.
Gorstag is up. What's he gonna do? Oh god. Okay, so Gorstag is gonna cast guidance on you. How many people are gonna cast guidance on?
3, I think. Unless you
He's,
roll
he's
raises
essentially
it.
going to do it on the
One?
on the
No,
on
I'm
the
pretty sure
melee
it's 3.
So guidance.
It doesn't help attack, it only
Or
helps
bless.
skills.
You touch
Oh,
one
the
willing
thing
creature.
Flesh.
I'm thinking
I think
bless.
bless.
Yes.
So guidance on you.
Yes, just
You-
me.
And you, just you. Cool.
Guidance
So-
or bless?
Creature, yeah.
Because guidance is the cantrip. Bless is the level 1 spell.
Touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of
Yeah.
its choice.
Yes.
So Gorstag just runs to your side, touches you, casts guidance. I believe that's a bonus action.
No, it's
No,
an
it's an action.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you've now got guidance.
Why?
Arkyan, you're up.
Okay.
How far away am I from Lord Nyath?
So you are currently near him because that's where you were with this whole thing left off.
Yeah.
So you're about 10 feet away.
Alright. I walk over to him
Mm-hmm.
and I look down in his eyes
Yeah.
and I say, "You wanted my eye? Let me know what it feels like." And I jab my finger in his eye and I cast Shocking Grasp.
Oh yeah!
That's what I'm talking about.
The traditional way to use shocking grasp.
It's advantage because
Yeah.
he has metal armor,
Oh boy.
which, was only a 15.
That hits.
Oh, cool.
Roll damage. So, Arkyan takes a few steps forward, and Nyath's face turns to you. His eyes immediately go from fear to this like warm, sick smile as he says, "Now you're in for it." Upon seeing the look on your face, he falters for a moment, and as you speak your elegant line,
3 points of damage.
3 points.
Oh, that was
Rage.
That was surprisingly less epic as I had.
Yeah.
But the eye
Come across time.
finger goes into the eye, and you just see him kind of.
I've been brushing my feet on the carpet as I walk.
Feels aesthetic.
He seems mildly annoyed. Ow! What was that for?
Yes.
What are you even doing?
Okay.
Can't take a reaction.
Is there anything else
I
you'd like to do with the rest of your
But he
turn?
can't take a reaction.
Okay.
So,
I've already restrained him.
and I move back
Okay.
the rest of my movement.
Alright.
And
So,
let's see, Shocking Grasp.
Dain. In fact, I'm going to use my new metal d20.
You got middle ones too?
So, yeah, I do. I'll show you them in a sec. Okay, so, Nyath on the ground pinned. To draw a weapon, would he...
Yes, you can't really use it unless it's a light one.
Okay. In that case, he pulls his dagger from the size of his hilt and is going to go to attack. That is a 7. So,
Right, that wouldn't hit.
no, dagger comes out of the hilt and goes towards you. However, you've been waiting for this because you knew that's what he was going to do. And as soon as his hand goes, you just kind of pin it down. Yeah.
Does he get extra attacks?
Yes. I'm trying to decide if I should. Oh no, he doesn't have multi attack because I would have written it down. No, okay. So he is going to try and break the grapple. I'm using a different dice. That is 8.
Ooh, that's going to be very hard for me to fail. I did not fail.
He goes to struggle, but now you've got your full weight on his chest. You've got him pinned. You've got his arms down. You've got him in a pretty bad position. There's not much else he can do. So back to the top of your next
It's just
round.
like my first fight right at the start.
Yeah, exactly. Fate, you're up. Can you pass me a coffee pot, please?
I use my action to pass it on.
Yeah.
Oh, just actually.
It's a free
in the first
Okay.
Do I have a line of sight to him for
in the
a...
first
Yeah.
mission I like
Okay.
Although
bandit.
Dain is like on top of him.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So Dain would have to make a dex save.
Okay. But I would have advantage because he's on the ground.
Only if you're within 5 feet.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's actually a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ah!
Because
Alright.
it's a smaller target.
I'd rather not hit Dain.
Mhm.
I
Good
will, so, all that stuff on the wall is in purple flames. I'm assuming they're infernal flames.
Looks like it, yeah.
Can I use thaumaturgy to kill them,
Mm.
given my infernal and thaumaturgic nature? So I'd like to
Can you look up thaumaturgy for me, please?
enter that. I can make a flame brightened, change colour.
Terribly sorry. Sorry.
So we need to push something?
Yeah. No, it's alright.
Go.
Thanks people who installed our smoke alarm because it's working great.
Jesus.
I really appreciate it when it does that at 3 in the
We
morning.
realised we just talked about infernal flame. Flame in our imagination. Smoke alarm was like, whoa, it's
Very
man.
nice.
Yeah, it's a voice
Flame,
activated
ghost
smoke alarm.
You'd
Yeah.
say flame or smoke. No, it's like,
Yes, you can. If it allows you to dim the flame, you can dim the flame on the wall. So
Dim, not put out.
But still, I dim.
So Fate raises her hand and just kind of concentrates, and you try and like tune yourself to the essence, the 9 health flame that is there that you remember, and it does burn quieter. Now some of the weapons are no longer resistant flame.
I say, ooh, tingly. And I'd like to try the getting thing off.
You have to pick up your rapier, but yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Just straight decks.
Hey.
20.
20, yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
One of the smaller daggers, which has this black steel that kind of curves, little jagged edges on the side, and the hilt looks like blackened dragon bone.
Mate.
Falls to the ground, clatter, clatter, clatter.
Oh, can I use my movement to take it to someone?
Yeah.
So I take it to who likes daggers? I take it to you. You're close to me. Yeah, I bought you a dagger.
Saying who likes
You
that?
like that?
So Fate hands you a black steel dagger with a dragon bone hilt.
I grab it. Do I burn myself?
No.
Yes. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah, I can do things.
Dagger boy, you're up.
Thank you.
So if I'm quite far away from the orbs on the wall.
Yes, they're at the back of the room in between. Knife is basically in between all of you and that.
Okay. So I can walk 25 feet, and Mage Hand has a range of 30 feet. Would
Yeah.
I be able to reach
Yes.
one of them using the ladder?
Yes.
Okay. Can I try and pull one over to me?
Yes.
Cool.
I don't believe you even have to roll for that.
No, I don't know what
No.
any of them do either, so I'm just
Right.
going to grab a random one.
Okay, so your mage hand drifts across, and you can see Knife, seeing this, goes,
No! Mine!
I go,
you pick up a red orb, which, as soon as mage hand touches it, kind of sends out a bit of fire. However, no one was within the vicinity,
okay.
and it comes back to you.
I, without touching it, put it into my backpack, and then seal the backpack up very tightly and leave it on the ground.
Okay, awesome. Right, you now have the red orb off one of the walls. You don't know its name?
Cool. That's me.
Cool. Okay, that would be Dain, enlarged Dain, sitting on Lord Knife.
Double Dain.
Cool.
Double Dain on the way.
I've read more into the grapple rules. There's not a hell of a lot I can do from here.
You can talk shit.
Yeah. Slap in his eye. Like,
I could chuck him in the pit, but
It's
I
a
probably don't
bonus
want to.
right.
So,
Yeah, you can drag people.
yeah. But I don't want to drag him into the pit with me.
No, you can drag them in the
Yeah.
Near to go watching.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep clinching him.
Okay.
And
You never
actually, I'll prepare an action to attack him if somehow he escapes.
Okay. Dain prepares his action. Shiver. Back to you. You're up. It's actually getting quite hot in this room now.
So you're holding your action, yeah?
But as they... Yeah.
Rather than delaying my full action, I prepared a standard that, in the event, with the trigger that he escapes,
Yeah.
I'll take that standard.
Right.
But my initiative doesn't change.
Right, gotcha.
Alright, so for the heat metal,
Yeah.
that's an
Ooh.
it's another 14 damage.
Ooh.
And then
Anyone in armor beware of that spell.
That hurts. So good.
I'm just freaked out,
Slightly
like
masochistic.
heavily breathing over him. I'm like, oh, this close.
I will
The intimacy.
This is what you were sliding all along.
inside of your thighs.
I'm gonna move around Niath so that I'm in between him and the orbs.
Okay.
And then I will multi-attack. So
Go for
that
it, roll it.
is...
So Shiver moving with great speed, essentially
Where's
controls that heat metal, and you can see the intensity of it glows now. You can hear as some of the skin is like this burn underneath it, and knife,
No,
and
I am
then
missing.
quickly goes to the other side, pulls out weapons and multi-attack.
Whoa, so you can hold the concentration and then multi-attack as a bear, yeah?
Yeah.
Badass.
In bear form, though, I forgot about that.
Green is bite. So, yes. So bite is 19 and claws is 23.
Both hit, roll damage as the bear form of Shiver just tears into Knife. The first strike across his face actually breaks the plate helm that he was wearing. It scatters to the ground. You now see Knife's face. You've seen his face before, but you guys have not. It's horribly... It's like... It's like it's human, but the skin is all kind of grayer than normal, dark circles, and he looks malnourished and sleepy.
It's another 13 points damage for 27 total.
You have advantage on the attacks as well because he's pinned.
Oh, well, that doesn't
Try
matter. Less
again.
than a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you might get on that 20, and then it'll be double damage. Okay. So how many points of damage on top of that?
It was 27 total.
Yeah.
14, 13.
13. Okay. Wow. Oh, hang on a sec.
Got one here.
Right. So,
Is it the claws that are 2d6?
Claws are 2d6.
you guys hear the sound of claw on metal as this thing just breaks across his face, and they just a deep gash of claws across as he comes back. And then, before he can do anything, this bite just sinks into his shoulder, rips a huge chunk of flesh, blood, and you can see bone exposed, like quite clearly the orbital socket joint is now showing as he. That'll be.
And as a final action, I shove my frickin' paw over his mouth.
Okay, Gorstag's up. He's just going to take a swing with his warhammer. Oh, nat 20. That means someone has to look up. I have to look up how much damage that does. He's got a warhammer, right?
Probably
Warhammer's
mace.
D8.
It'll be a mace.
Mace.
That'd
Yeah,
be-
yeah,
D8.
6 or 8.
D8?
Yeah.
Cool. Where are my D8s?
It might be 2d4, but I think it's
4, so 8 points of damage.
Plus his.
Plus strength, yeah.
Did he get a nat 20? Did you say?
Yeah, nat 20. So,
So
double
does he double his damage? Or?
that doubles the dice, and then, yeah, adds the modifier. Comes crashing down. You hear middle of metal, and you see the breastplate's dent into knife. You now see him kind of looking around. Arkyan, you're up.
Alright. I want to approach from a direction where his view is blocked.
Okay.
Like through Dain or through Shiver.
Okay, so I would say it would be this side.
Yeah.
Because he's watching Gorstag.
And while he can't see me,
Yeah.
I'm going to do Alter Self
Yeah.
and turn myself into Lord Asa.
Nice. Have you
'Cause-
seen Lord Asa?
Several times in the past, remember?
Yes, of course.
We even
Yes,
saw
definitely.
him die a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
The point of his getting
Does he still have his memories of Lord Arthur?
Yeah.
But we have all our memories from the past.
Yeah.
Like that all actually happened.
I don't. That's interesting.
You have memories except for Fletch. Can't remember Fletch.
Just Fletch.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
When he's at the void.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he was talking with Ark, it was
Yeah.
Ark's memories that were being basically eaten and consumed.
Yes.
You managed to retain yours, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you were gone, I could not had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can turn into Lord Asa. Awesome. So Arkyan, you see him, so because you're watching this from a bit further back. You see him scan. You see that Lord Nyath is turning towards him, and as Arkyan sees that, he just ducks to the side. Roll some stealth.
Fuck's sake. 6.
Nyath sees you. And
Can I do an Alter Self in like an extremely gruesome, dark, magic-y looking way? So that like my skin bubbles and bursts and what's left underneath is Lord Asa?
Yeah.
Yeah? So
Yeah.
I'll do that instead of...
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
say, because I forgot to ask you to roll stealth. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, sweet.
Alright, cool.
So, yeah, Lord Nyath sees you turn. Can you roll
Deception.
Deception?
12?
Okay, he rolled an 11. And you just hear his voice ring out. Asa! Okay, now Nyath is up.
I still want to say something.
Yeah,
If I
go
could.
for it. Yeah, sure.
I go... Nyath, your power brought me back, but not whole. Where is my body?
Nice. Okay, so it's Nyath's turn, so for his bonus action, he's going to respond. My lord, the second chamber beneath this room. And then he's going to try with his dagger to hit you. To hit you. I got to explain. Yeah, exactly. He brings the dagger. That would be 18 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a hit.
Okay.
Oh, no, actually I got 19. Wait,
Ah.
that's another guy. I lied. 16, it hits.
Okay. So at this point, Nyath goes for another dagger. The second one he pulls out has this faint purple aura and just infernal written in black down the blade. Do you speak infernal?
No,
Okay.
I've got 2 people who do, but I don't.
He seemingly does not go so much for the damage. He just wants to touch metal to blood. And as it goes into your arm, you take 12 points of necrotic damage.
Oof.
And as that happens, you feel immediately that The wound is not bad. The wound's not what caused this damage. You feel this pulse of like just dead energy all across your body. Everything inside your body shuts down. No organs are working. You're just dead for a second.
No.
And then you feel life return, but the life comes down your arm, out the dagger, into Lord Nyath. And you see Nyath's wounds start healing as this dagger is like dug into your arm. Cool. You need to make a wisdom save. How many points of damage did I say?
12.
That is a 9.
Okay. And then there's this last burst of very dark arcana that comes from this dagger, right through your body, and you're paralyzed for 1 minute.
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
That's pretty powerful dagger. Okay. So that would now be Fate. You're up.
I saunter up and I just... is he still on the ground?
Yes.
I poke him with my dagger still alive.
Nice. Go for it. Roll to hit. Advantage.
That one is a 17. And that one is a 13.
17 hits.
Me. So he needs to make a DC 13 con save.
Con save. Alright.
Or he's frozen in place for the next
6. He does not make it.
Woo! 14 plus my dex, so 14 points of damage.
Cool. So in a bizarre twist of fate, you might say.
Alright.
The only question is that
Only a matter of time before that was going to happen.
you see Dain freeze in place. That suddenly sparks your memory. Oh yes, dagger of still like sinks into his chest, and seemingly all the damage that was healed is now gone, and then some. And he turns, and the last thing you see is just his head slowly snapped into place as all his muscles just tense and lock.
Use my bonus action to slap him.
So that's for a minute, right?
No, 1 turn.
1 turn, okay.
For his next turn, he's frozen.
Right, cool. Awesome, okay, Zook.
There's all the slapping of knife. The bear's like, I try him to slap as well.
It was kind of
Let's
less
poke his eye and shock him a little bit. Slap him around again.
Should have poked it, I should have stabbed him in the eye.
It's certainly it's not a dignified fight for Knife. Maintaining his like exterior like yeah.
It's just turned into kind of a mud racing tableau because they're both like frozen like,
You forgot to grease us.
oh, I do that now.
Let's just pose them now.
Yeah. No, what I'd like to do... Oh, how many orbs are there on the back wall now that I've taken the red
6
one?
more.
Jesus. Okay. Is there a really scary one? I'm going to go for the scariest looking orb.
Okay, so there is a blue and white orb, but the base is this like gnarled skeleton hand, which you immediately recognise to be an actual skeleton hand.
Excellent. I'm going to bring that over and put that in a separate... I'm going to put that in my
As soon
cloak.
as I'm assuming you're using Mage Hand.
Yeah,
Put it in the box.
Boom! As soon as the Mage Hand touches it, there's. Give me a sec. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a fucking deep. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Now imagine how exciting this
Okay.
would be with a battle map and a cam to go with it.
Yeah, watching. Donate, man! I can't believe that these guys do not have a battle map. Well, we need a camera first. There's a donate button just down there that you can like help us out. That would be
Wow,
awesome.
if only you could see.
You can!
Yeah, we actually already have it. We're just like waiting until you pay to show it. Cool. There's this cone of cold that freezes and creates icicles on the back wall. However, it does not hit anyone, which is nice, and that's now in your bag as well.
Oh, was that the white one or the blue one?
Blue one. It's blue and white.
Blue and white. Cool. Oh, and I'd also like to yell to Gorstag. I mean, I can see that these guys are both paralyzed, right?
Yes.
I'd try and yell to Gorstag if ask him if he has any spells like lesser restoration, metagaming that can
Sure.
possibly help.
Yeah. Okay. Gorstag definitely hears you. If that is your turn, Dain, sitting on the knife.
Do I have any saves to make?
Can he can concentrate whilst paralyzed? I do believe.
Did you have to roll?
No, so there's nothing you have to.
If he's concentrating on damage him, does he have to do it?
Yeah, he has to roll.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
So paralysis would count as a form of damage, though.
No, I hit him as well.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm glad we
So for concentration, he has to make.
Yeah.
Right, concentration. Yeah, Nat's at 16. He makes the concentration save. Okay, you're up.
Cool.
There's nothing. There's no save.
Richard.
So that's one.
I like it. Very
Cool. Shiver, you're up.
Alright. We'll attack with my claws, multi-attack.
So the two paws come up once more, swoop down upon you.
Ooh, we
Advantage.
have...
Advantage
Oh yeah,
is
advantage on both.
Yeah.
4 and 6. 4, oh that's much better. And that's still better, but still crap. 13.
Misses.
Okay, and 23.
That hits.
Okay.
The advantage is just because he's prone, is that right?
Yeah, but I am paralyzed.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
So that's 2d8 for the heat metal.
Yep.
2d6 plus 4 for the claws.
God, that's nice.
So that is
Oh man.
21 points of damage.
Oh. So, across knife, you actually hear parts of his skull kind of break and shatter. You hear fragments. You can now see like a little shift, and like this thing starts swelling on his forehead. He tries to scream from the pain of the heated metal, but his vocal cords are like, locked into place. So you just see a man whose will is fading. Is that all you're doing on your turn?
That's all I can do.
Cool. Gorstag's up. What was the thing that he should do?
Lesser restoration, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has
Yeah.
that. So.
There would be some more concentration from the additional damage.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, breaks it.
Okay.
Dain shakes himself off. Now a little bit more pissed than he was before.
It was already considerably.
Yeah. Yes. So Gorstag instead is going to take a swing. Does not hit with a nat 3. Arkyan, you're up.
As I'm suing Lord Asa,
Yeah.
I say to the eye of this mortal I possess. What is its power?
Cool. He's paralyzed.
Oh, cool. Right. As he's paralyzed, can I take the dagger out of his hand?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to do that, you bastard.
And
then-
there will still be some strength,
Right.
just to wrench it because his hand is like around it.
Luck.
Nice.
God damn it. 8.
8. Unfortunately, his muscles are so tensed, and you know
Was that my bonus action or action?
that would be in half your action.
What does that even mean?
It's made you like you.
Alright,
Your action with advantage.
I'm going to magic missile to his face.
Nice. So you go for the dagger. Make some straight decks. I want to see if you cut yourself when you touch it.
This guy's getting trashed.
He is.
Oh, nat 20 on dex roll.
I actually didn't need that. I just wanted you to use that dex. So that did something other than damage. Alright, magic missile.
11.
So you put your hand. Oh, to hit or damage?
Damage.
Yeah, it would have been. So you put your hand just like on his chest, and just, like a shot. This magic missile just like.
Oh, I'm going for the eyes again.
Okay. Alright.
Oh god.
I sense a theme.
So, actually, you can see now his eyes are like quite badly burnt and scarred now, and it looks like he's having a hard time seeing. How much damage was that, sorry?
11.
Nice. And you can now see some like blood tears coming from. Anyway, that's his turn.
It's kind of sad.
He's paralysed. So Fate, you're up.
Do we want him dead?
They can't respond unless it's their turn
Okay.
because metagame.
Can you use your reaction to respond?
That sounds fair. Well, he's paralysed, we're all standing around, you know.
Generally, your action is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So to respond would be using up those 6 seconds and not really a reaction.
Okay, screw it. I stab him.
Nice, well done. So, what are you stabbing him with?
My rapier, I would like.
Okay,
That has a bit more damage to it.
Brings out the rapier.
Ah! 20!
Roll right. Roll damage.
Still the infernal flame on it?
No,
No, this is my boring rapier.
She quieted down. Okay, right, so this rapier just
You have a
goes...
more exciting rapier?
Essentially, you find a point where his plate armor has been split by the maul attacks from Gorstag. There's like this little gap, and you just dig your rapier straight into that. Roll the dice, double it, and add your modifier.
That's what's 2 times 17, 20, 34
Mm-hmm.
plus 3, 37.
Nice.
And then I use my cunning action to steal whatever he has on.
Okay, yeah, roll some sleight of hand.
Can't believe you let me do that. Oh, that sucks. 11.
Nope.
Yeah.
Cutting actually.
So, so this rapier, as the rapier goes through this little gap in the plate, Knife, seemingly the pain from this and the fact that it looks like it's going into his heart causes him to break his paralyzation, which happens anyway, but he kind of goes, please, I'll give you anything. Let me live.
I twist the blade.
Oh, nice. Alright, Zook, you're up. He's looking pretty rough. There's like now a thick jet of blood coming from...
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Damn.
We can just take anything without bargaining with you, demon. And then I'm going to take another orb from the wall.
Nice.
You're pink. Pinkish. It doesn't do anything when you touch it.
Excellent. Are you Dain in the bag?
Dain, you're up.
Cool. I will, while maintaining the grapple,
Yeah.
I'll bite my tongue and bleed into his mouth.
Wait a minute, man.
Yes!
God, my players are awesome. Okay.
You're gonna bite your tongue and bleed into his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
that makes
reason.
sense.
It's
There's
because
a
when
reason.
you're a kid, you're like,
There's
ooh,
logic
hepatitis
behind
C.
My blood is the
Nice.
purest. I'm a paladin. My blood is exemplary.
This is true.
Dain bites his tongue and his eyes kind of well with a bit of pain, but he bites through it and blood starts pouring and make some dex just with the bun.
Alright, get that in there.
Range the
If you really want me to French him to actually get it in there.
Oh, you don't have to roll it. It's too good.
Cool,
Right.
that's good.
Cool. So the blood trickles into his throat, and Alex in so much pain that he just swallows it. And as he looks back up, his face is softened considerably, and someone knocks on the door. Can someone check? I don't know who that is. I literally have no
Dave's
idea
on
who
it.
that is. Is it Dave?
No, Dave's open.
Oh, okay. So, Knife looks at you now a lot calmer and with slightly more human eyes. His voice that comes out is no longer as harsh. He just says, please. So, if that's your turn.
Yeah.
Shiver, you're up.
Don't trust this guy.
Multi-attack.
Don't trust this guy at all.
You still have advantage.
Yeah,
Thank God. Okay, that's 24
Hits.
and 22.
That hits. Roll some damage.
And so let's take 1, 2, and 3, and one of them. Hold up, just make sure I've actually got it right. No, it's 2d6.
And 2d6 and a d8.
2d6, 2d8, and 1d8. There we go.
What? Oh, you're doing
Heat
metal
metal.
as well.
It's a truck of damage.
Efficient.
So that's 26 and 8 is 34 points of damage.
Okay.
That'd be cryptic
So-
damage. I've not updated that.
So the two bear paws come up
Crazy.
and in succession clap either side of Knife's face, claws out. You'll feel the claws break through the skull and crumble. You then essentially just focus all your arcane might on the metal. And Dain, I need you to make a dex save because this is heating up real quick. It just goes bright white hot.
5.
7 points of fire damage.
Alright.
As this thing heats up to the point where some of the metal starts melting, and he just screams, "Help! No! Please!" And as you dig your claws, crushing his skull like a can, just and the metal melts, and you can see flesh now pouring in a puddle behind him. As the metal kind of eats away and melts, you now see like exposed rib, and you watch his heart beat that last pulse, and he's dead.
Murderer.
You guys are now out of combat, standing in Lord Nyath's castle, the rift of the Nine Hells emanating a purple light in the middle of the room.
Go for a stake before Arkyan does.
I want to stand
Roll
up.
some slightly.
I give him a swift kick in the head now that he's dead.
Is he just like
I got an 8!
diving for it?
Alright, can I run a dex roll to compete with that?
Yeah,
Can I mage hand it away from both?
yeah. But
No dex roll.
make him an arcana dex.
16.
16. He's going to try and mage hand it, so make straight dex.
Straight dex. Okay.
Oh god, it's a 1!
Okay, fine. You now have a dagger.
Right.
Back 2.
So what
You guys are going to roll more initiative now as you try and loot.
is a dagger?
This is the real gameplay.
Oh, it's a dagger of vampiric touch.
Yeah. So what does that do?
So, make melee attack on a hit. Target takes 3d6 necrotic, and you regain half that damage and health. Yeah. So,
I want to revert back to a gnome and head up towards the gems,
Yeah.
the orbs.
Why-
Is the MacGuffin still there?
the 3 of them that are on the shelf still.
How many have you put in a bag?
3.
2. 3?
3.
Yeah.
3.
So sorry, 4 that remain.
Yeah, 4 that remain.
1 is the MacGuffin.
1 is the MacGuffin. Okay.
While
I want
he's
to try
doing
and
that, I'm going to
start
grab
getting that
you.
one down. Grab me.
Yeah, and ask you, did you not see that he was possessed? And I'm
Dude was evil. He needed to go.
I've bled on a lot of people and they've all turned out alright.
You trust your blood too much. That dude was evil.
I'm kind of with Dain on this one, to be honest. He seemed a bit remorseful in the end.
Do I know if he was possessed or not from being around him for so long?
Yeah, so when you first started walking with Nyath, he had a simple goal. Be it twisted. The more people he killed, the more he thought he would be accepted into the Nine Hells. If he slaughtered all of Ukas, which is what he intended to do, that he would be regaled as a demon and be accepted within their ranks. He spent a long time researching this, and when I say researching, I mean say like kidnapping mages, torturing them until they talk. The more he learned,
Yeah, what a surprise.
yeah, the more he learned, the more you could see his mind become twisted.
Yeah.
He stopped caring about anything else.
Right.
He spent a lot more time in his castle alone, and it seemed like you stare into the void too long, the void stares back.
But there wasn't any like specific moment
No.
that I would know of where he went from just being an evil guy into
No.
super dark and twisted.
If he opened his doors
Yeah,
to
okay.
this, the darkness crept in.
Yeah, fair enough.
What was once your name that you gave up a long time ago, Fletch? You've now realised that in this place there's no such thing. After maybe 100 or so years, as you tried to keep track of existing within the void, you realise that actually thinking your thoughts in trains or anything like trying to have like a running dialogue seemed superfluous. Instead, you just started thinking of these formed thoughts that were already created. They were whole and conceptual. You didn't need to speak, so you've kind of forgotten words.
Did I have anyone to speak to?
No. Essentially, as you look down at yourself, normally you'd see your body. A lot of the time, you felt like if you did see something, you were just imagining it. It was a memory of what it felt like to have corporeal form. For the last couple of thousand, although you did stop counting after a while, years, you've watched the Tree of Life and tried to attune to it. Essentially, what you see
So I've been in time for the equivalent of several thousand years.
until you stopped counting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So time is no longer relevant to me.
Right. Although you do still have some kind of ingrained somewhere at some point when that rift was open and you crossed a mortal life, albeit a false one, a generated one from all the shards of lives that created you, still remains to a point where you, despite the fact you're in the void and don't exist, still have a sense of time. And that's kind of torturing you a lot. Imagine the immortal man sitting on a cliff watching the world burn eventually and the universe collapse around him.
Man, this is emo as hell.
My Chemical Romance plays in the background. However, your only solace is the fact that you can watch the Tree of Life unfold. You can watch its brilliant, beautiful patterns, but you can never get close enough to touch or feel any of those things. It's like...
Do I still see this beautiful after like the first 100 years?
No.
Ugh, those patterns again.
In fact, you've kind of given up watching the small moments where you could glance upon a maiden washing her clothes in the river, or that sounded way creepier than I intended. Or watch the small lights, the small details of this tree. If you got close enough, you could watch. You found that became tiresome, and instead you're just
Even
watching.
perviness has got boring.
Yes, exactly. However, you're getting to a point now where the torture is getting the better of you. Being able to see this tree of life, which kind of just like branches of emanating colours, and resigned yourself, left behind words and everything.
Is this thing massive in front of me?
Oh, yeah.
It's just...
It's eternity that you're looking at.
Right, okay. So I'm kind of sitting on the edge of a void looking into this massive tree, yeah?
You are
These scintillating roots.
within all the spaces in between these realities and branches of dimensions. you kind of can occupy that space, if you'd call it space, which it's not.
So can I follow the narratives of time if I want? Can I
You have
focus
to
on
make-
something and see the path, or can I? Or is it all just? I mean, is it like surfing channels, or can I pick a channel that I like?
No.
No.
So
It's like-
the closer you get, and albeit space does not really exist in this kind of realm, but
Okay.
for the sake of similes for the mortal brain,
Right.
the closer you get, the harder it is to focus, but those small moments require a lot of constitution to be able to train yourself to get close enough to the pattern.
Okay.
But you kind of realize if you stand far enough back, it's almost just like this hum. All the moments that spiral and vibrate just kind of become one kind of glow. And that's what you've been watching for the last... You've stopped counting, but for a long time.
So do I have any sense of awake and rest, or
Constantly awake.
constantly conscious?
Consciousness is a loose term. All you are is what seems like the philosophical embodiment of a cruel joke jesting at the centre of the universe. The fact that one can exist within a void.
Right. So maintained existence when it shouldn't have existence. Okay.
Currently you're...
So has that driven him or me insane? Like,
Yes.
Is sanity just? I mean, after 100 years, it must be.
For a while...
Just gone.
For a while you tried to pass the time as a mortal would, by remembering what it was like in that tree, by recalling stories that you'd read. Even though you knew that these memories and stuff weren't actually real, they were just part of the construct that created you. For the first 50 years or so, you tried to keep that little bit of consciousness entertained. But now, all you want is to stop existing. You want to really be at peace with the void. You don't want to be able to see this anymore. And each time it shimmers and glows, there's a line from an ancient Japanese poem, the snow falls on the houses of the common people, even more regrettable when the moon shines down upon it. All those things you just once saw as beautiful, snowfall and moonlight, and all those kind of things, now just piss you off. They're tiresome.
So is it fair to say that not only is he grown insane, but he's now harbours almost a resentment, like a deep, almost spite for the pathways of reality?
When your internal monologue...
Is he angry?
Yes.
It's because it's making me angry just listening to it. Man, I don't think that kid was worth it. I think it's worth it, man.
Yeah. As
Go back and kill me some children.
on the other side of eternity, with those moments in the forest, come back to you, and for the first time in eons, your internal monologue rushes back to you. The words, was that kid worth it? That kid was not worth it. But as your own voice returns, you hear it mummified and twisted, distorted, to the point where it's almost like 1,000 branches snapping, crackling in your mind. That kid was not worth it. It's not worth it. Back to you guys. You're standing in Lord Nyath's castle.
You go, oh, this is a very nice dagger.
Gonna say, who are you? And just slap him across the face as hard as I can.
Dex save.
Dex.
Straight Dex.
Nat 20.
Holy shit.
Oh! 5.
And just... What up?
I go for a backhand. Are you still his man?
I don't think anyone's his man anymore. But I do want to try and set his body on fire with the firebolt.
Go for it. Don't even need to roll to hit, because he's not moving.
Can we
So
move
do
Dain
I
off him
do
first?
anything?
Damn.
Maybe
Oh wait, no, you're not paralysed anymore.
You're not paralysed,
right?
Oh, fuck's sake, for 1.
So there's actually not much left of his body. Most of his flesh is melted and is now
But there's
sitting in a
like
pool beneath him.
No way it's going to resurrect or revive or anything like
No,
that.
his body is destroyed
No,
beyond
okay,
recognition.
cool.
What about his objects?
So the ones on the walls?
His stuff.
Right. Go for looting.
Mate.
Loot him up.
So has the searing armour damaged his gear, or what he was carrying?
Yeah.
17, we'll see what's there.
Okay. So, looking through Nyath's personal possessions.
Just the ones on him or the one throughout the whole room?
I
On
think
the
you
ship.
can
All
starting with that.
I think we'll be timing up. We're halfway done with the room, I think.
So you do see the sword that he was never able to use, because he was essentially pinned, is still on his hilt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I say, hey, Dain, there's a sword. It's a pretty cool sword.
Whenever you saw something. Distract. I'm still like clinging to you.
Yeah. Yep.
Giving you a bit of a death stare.
Oh, you're still unhappy. Alright.
Yeah, so I'll probably say like no one wanted to kill demons more than me. You know that. But,
Well, I'm sorry I stole the opportunity from you.
but he wasn't a demon.
He was effectively exercised at the point we killed him.
And too late. I'm sorry.
Right, I'll just
The
push
dude
you
was
away.
evil and he needed to go. And also, how do you know he wasn't faking that?
Seems
You
to be, it seems to be a bit of an issue with your druid circle that you only see in black and white.
You find 2 stones.
And I'll
Okay,
push you
cool.
away now. Just I need time to think.
I just say, it doesn't matter now, he's dead, we might as well move on and continue. He's got his MacGuffin.
I'm happy.
There's still 3 orbs on the wall.
I have a question.
I assume there's a giant rift we want to close with the
Oh, when
demons
it's
crawling
clear.
out of it.
Yeah.
What are we
Collect as
doing
many
in
of
the
orbs as
prison?
possible.
Huh?
What are we
Yeah,
doing
why
in
are
the
we here?
prison?
Oh yeah!
Oh, can I also check out the eye that I tore out of
Yeah.
the Undead King?
So from I imagine a small leather patch or something, you bring it out. As you hold it, it hovers like a little bit off your hand and is just spinning.
Ugh.
Can I sense any... Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's like evil magic or if it's just magical?
You sure can.
You're not sure?
A 10?
Okay. It feels darker, but you're not sure if that's just because it's quite a gruesome sight.
A floating eye.
With my knowledge on eyes, do I know anything about it?
Make a... Jesus, make a...
History.
Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
If we can find a large pearl which I can use as a focusing lens, I can identify that for you.
Seems like a very long time.
I'm just going to put
There might be
my
one on the wall.
Lord Nyath character sheet over here forever.
Oh.
Yeah, buddy.
He didn't even get to use it really. Okay, so, yeah, the eye is now just hovering and spinning in all directions.
I'm going to collect the other orbs and put them in the bag,
Mhm.
but make sure everyone's at least 30
Right.
feet away,
Yeah.
including myself.
So each of these orbs, except for one that you had, the pink one,
Mm-hmm.
has some kind of protective thing. When anytime something touches it,
Mm-hmm.
you're not sure if that's any time anything touches it, or maybe something that's not attuned to it. It blasts off some kind of protective spell.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a couple of emanations of heat and cold and poison, and using your mage hand, you managed to avoid all of them.
Yay.
But you now have your bag heavy with these orbs, and they seem to not like being in the same bag. Magnetic repels kind of happens as well. And you can hear from all the stones, all the orbs, indecipherable whispering.
Do we know collectively, do any of us know any of these orbs of power? Are they familiar at all in the druid circles perhaps? Can
History
It
I?
should be.
Yeah.
In fact, he has
We were
one
told
that's
in
his
the past they
MacGuffin.
were created
Yeah.
by the druid circles.
Yeah.
But
Circle
he's got one
created
specific
one.
that he's been guarding. So.
Green
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit,
on
sorry,
my
she
show.
knows exactly what it is.
14.
14. So essentially, Chaos Orb, the one that Lord Knife had smashed, was one that you'd not heard stories about, and thus assume it belonged to the 8th circle. The other 7, you're very familiar with the MacGuffin. Very protective enchantment that it has. Helps your tribe stay hidden in the forest, and any kind of dark arcane or magic or creatures that were hunting you guys at any point would be confused and disorientated when they tried to find you guys. You also know that each of these orbs has a single use, because the druidic magic that had the stories of all the circles. Essentially, the old story goes, there was once a wanderer who sat within each of the forests on Elysia and listened to the song of the universe and the vibrations of natures. He became attuned to not just the world itself, but its continuously unfolding futures. And within this realm had seen 7 events. 7 events that, if each was allowed to happen, if any of the 7 events had ever happened, the world itself would be wreathed in fire, and the stars would go out. The universe would be, it would fail its personal legend. It would not achieve what it was created for. So 7 artifacts were created and gifted to each of the 7 circles, and the thought that those 7 events could be changed with the one use that these orbs possessed. As soon as you hear and recount the story, you realise Lord Nyath has used one of these, and you're not sure if that was the event it was intended for.
I thought Knife used the Chaos Orb. Did he use a different one?
No,
Chaos
he's-
Orb is the 8th artifact, which you had until recently not even heard of.
Do I know where he got them from?
So there has been a lot that you've seen of innocent, nice people being dragged into Naiath's chambers, and you'd often fall asleep to the sounds of their wails and cries. He had tortured his way to capturing them.
But the orbs specifically, were those on the people that he brought in?
No, originally he brought in mostly children that he'd found that travel with the druidic circles.
Yeah.
He finds that they are easier to break.
Okay. So he used them as a way to track down the circles and essentially steal the orbs.
He himself hunted and tracked most of the orbs.
So
He did most of the legwork.
do I know specifically where he personally got the 8th orb from?
Yes. Towards the south of Ukan, in a place that has been kept off the maps intentionally, is the Petrified Forest.
We went far from that not too long ago.
Yeah, we were there a few times.
I think it was quite a while ago, actually.
Was it just 3 weeks ago?
Oh, that was like a few hundred years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was during the Iron War, wasn't it? During the war.
Shiver, seeing as these belong supposedly to the druidic circles, but we've met some of them and they were possessed by demons, do we want to...
Not really the best people to really guard these anymore. No, but we should know more about them. We should find out more about these events.
Kind of like your druidic circles, they seem to push each other apart, so perhaps we should split them, or someone can carry some.
I'd say there's 6 of them and 6 of us. It only makes sense, especially if we've kind of killed Naiath, but we don't know that he was the
Kind of killed
Well,
him.
his original plan was to resurrect Lord Asa.
We don't know.
And we know, I do know he was completing a very in-depth study of necromancy, and Lord Asa's body is currently downstairs.
Whatever his blood chased out is.
But we don't know if the necromantic magic has started already or if it's a spell that goes over time.
Yeah.
I would
Should
like
we-
to check out the lab downstairs
We should
and
go
destroy the body if
Destroy the
possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we divvy up the orbs now?
I don't want them in one place in any case.
Okay.
Do we have?
So each of us take one?
Yeah.
There's 7 of us.
How big are these orbs?
I'll take the pink one, because it didn't try to shoot me.
I'll take the red one
Cool.
because I like fire.
As soon as you touch it, make a dex save.
Oh yeah, I'm staying way back when people pick these up.
16?
Nice. Hang on. 9 points of fire damage.
Alright.
Oh.
As I take the damage,
I say I'm fire resistant. Maybe.
as I take the damage, can I see if I can try and absorb some of it and kind of channel the power coming from the orb
Nice.
using my eye as like a focus point or something like that? So,
So-
I can actually draw power from it?
I imagine that you would anticipate the fire as you've seen it happen. So as you touch the orb, you put yourself in a state of openness and essentially try and give off an aura of I'm not here to hurt you or twist or in any way stop you from your destiny. You feel a little silly talking to an orb, but as you touch it, you do feel your veins just kind of rush across. In fact, take no damage.
It's like making friends with a strange dog.
But there's no sense that I could actually direct that power
Make a
elsewhere?
straight wisdom save.
Would be charisma because I'm a sorcerer?
No.
17.
Okay. You feel a couple of whispers in your head. With that, you can choose to listen or repel.
I choose to listen.
Okay.
Straight away.
So, give me a sec. I've got it written somewhere. You hear the words. What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Infernal, Draconic, Primordial, and Celestial.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
So, essentially, this is Primordial.
Yeah.
One of the oldest languages.
Oh, sweet.
To the rest of you guys, you just see Arkyan's eyes kind of fade. But you hear in
Primordial?
a soft voice. I see you across there. You walk with one with the holy blood. We need you to climb.
We. Who
We
is we?
see you from the other side. Miles away, years. Not where I'm supposed to be. What's your name?
My name is Arkyan.
Arkyan. You hear it whisper, you hear like different voices whisper it from through the orb. Well, Arkyan, what do you intend?
I honestly don't know anymore. My original intention was to return back to my home now that I have restored my sight to myself, but after being under the control of Lord Nyath for so long, I feel that's not my destiny anymore.
It's not. You walk with the one with the holy blood, and soon the second war is coming. Very soon.
Second war.
Climb, Arkyan. And it fades.
So hey,
You see Arkyan's eyes come back into focus.
I heard him whisper second war and my ears perked up.
I relay everything the orb just said to me. What just happened?
Including you walk with the holy blood?
Yeah.
Is that one of the lines?
That was the line that was repeated, the only line that was repeated several times.
So at that point, I'll look at Gore.
Yeah.
No, it's one of these two. Yeah.
It would be Dain, I would assume, with your
Alright.
holy blood
What makes you
that's
say that?
exercising demons.
The party now turns and looks at Dain.
Well, I don't know.
Why would make you say that? Still dribbling down.
I'm like mumbling a bit because my tongue's still sore.
Everybody but the tongue.
What are you talking about?
You yourself are quite obviously a champion of Palor.
I'm not a champion of Palor.
What are you on?
Gorstag is the
Torm, you heathen. Who? Torm.
Who is Torm?
My god.
Yeah, no, but like, do I love
It's the biggest diss ever. Who's talking?
Yeah, god of courage and self-sacrifice.
like, do I know anything about
Right.
him? Or do the elves worship him or something like that? Or
Torn.
Yeah.
Not a forgotten god, but one of the less followed deities
it's,
in this part of Ukas.
for history, that would be a 6.
You've never heard of him.
I just really
Never
need to,
heard of him.
I just really need to point out right here. This is what the demons were chanting. Like every time we've heard the chant.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
The druids. It's like the one thing that keeps on coming back to the demons whenever I hear them speaking.
Holy blood.
It's what they say. It's the one thing they say,
That's very interesting.
and they seem to be after that
Yeah.
thing.
He also told me to climb, but I'm not sure where.
I think at the moment we should descend, get that body.
On the walls of this chamber,
Yeah.
is there any very fancy magical staves?
Yes. Have you seen Sauron's staff from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Yeah. One looks pretty much like that.
Are there any
Can
books
I,
in
uh,
here?
He's a bit of a geek. He has a few, you know.
Can I take that?
Sure.
Would it perhaps make me more?
So you just like take it off the wall?
Do you want me to mage hand it off there for
I'll
you?
mage hand it off.
Yes, it's
Now
still
that
written
he says
that.
that. So I mage hand it and try and then draw it towards me a bit.
Fine. Yeah, a shalai, essentially. Staff you can use as a...
Oh, clearly, yeah, okay. Would it have a an enchantment that makes it like more
It has
accurate by any
it
chance?
definitely hums with the arcane, but
Yeah.
you're not sure not sure how to harness it or which spell it is. That's
Alright.
you can do it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But it's not like a +1 stuff.
Again, if
that's
that's
alright.
spell, I can identify all of this.
Actually, as you guys go around and check out the walls, you can see that these weapons all have been sourced from different regions of Ukas. Can anyone roll insight?
Inside.
Mhm.
10.
22.
5.
Okay. Shiver. As your eyes kind of like drift over, you can see dwarven-made axes, elven-made bows, quite nice finery weapons. At one point, your eye falls on a short sword, and you're not sure, but you get closer. Ark once told you stories of his travels through the northeast of Ukas, through a desert that essentially no man had ever crossed and lived. And when he told the story over the campfires back in Blackwinter Woods, you'd assumed that he was exaggerating some of the detail. But he told you the story of the Druid who walked through this desert, the desert of the Uncrossable Storm, and had found the Children of the Black Sand, a tribe that lived there. This led to whispers around Ukas that there are some powerful enough to live within that desert. And seemingly, the sword's construction, it belongs to one of them.
Right. Okay. Interesting sword. So I'll just flick that off with my scimitar.
Cool. Clatters to the ground.
Make that first. Okay. So I just
disintegrates to ash.
Oh, got it.
Unfortunately.
So, are the infernal flames, are they all gone, or are they
Yeah, like
still...
once
the
Knife
drag-
died,
okay.
they died out.
So
And
feel
that
by
quick
now.
crack go into the nine
It's
house.
still there, shimmering.
Can I like
Oh,
yell
that's
at
a
it in
problem.
Infernal, like close sesame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So face
So
it
we shut demons down.
I'm gonna try.
and force. And what was once Fletch, from within the void, you hear Fate's voice speaking in Infernal.
Whoa, okay. Do I see, or do I get any gauge of where it's coming from?
It's strange because it feels like it's right in the center of your consciousness, but also could be coming from any direction.
So
But-
I haven't had huge interaction with Fate, but I still recognise Fate's voice. Yeah?
And against your will, the life that you vaguely remembered that you'd buried to try and survive within this void comes back to you, and you remember what it was like living within the tree of life, and all those emotions that you'd tried so hard to shut out just to survive and try and keep your sanity. That level of torture now weighs upon you heavily, and your internal monologue gets darker. Why did I voice hurt life?
Alright, where is it coming from?
The center of your consciousness.
Can I see this riff? Can I see anything to move towards?
Make Constitution, straight Constitution.
I
Would
feel
you
the
like
urge
that?
to continue talking.
Yeah,
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
And I yell insults into the void.
Okay.
Can I? Yeah, I'll use one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love how heavy your dice are, dude.
D&D pickup lines.
Wow, such heavy dice.
Oh my god.
That's the
What colour are you?
7.
Okay.
So is that Constitution?
Yeah, just straight
Yeah.
Constitution.
Okay. So that's okay. 9.
9. Essentially, you try and focus your mind to a point where you can link what you've just heard in the void, the same frequency to the tree of life, and see if you can pinpoint where it's coming from.
Yeah.
However, the tree is moving too quickly,
Okay.
and it's washed somewhere within its branches.
Just so you know, I took the observant feat last time when he leveled up. So I don't know if thousands of years later he still has it, but it means I get +5 on passive passive investigation and perception.
Right. So that is helping you as you watch this tree.
Right. So I'm just really attentive now,
Yeah.
hungry to know where those words are coming from.
Cool. Essentially, you try and push your way closer to the tree, but as you do, ages come and fall, and the curse of having a mortal mind and being able to experience time just sinks deeper and deeper.
As I'm moving, like my impulse of what I feel to be moving, is it a kind of a trick? As in, is it just my consciousness that is moving in what I perceive to be a distance to something, or do I can I actually see my hands? Like, do I have a body that I can see or actually envisage?
Essentially, you exist within every space of the void. Between every branch, that's you. Between every bit that's black and empty, and the place where the tree is expanding into, you occupy all of that space at once.
Okay, so the whole concept of being held by a body has not
Right.
been, that's not been my experience.
But you can focus on certain points of yourself and almost forget the rest, so you can exist in a certain point, and that's how you've been observing the tree.
So do I still have any even like inkling of that I was once human, or that I once held some kind of a body, that I was once in some kind of reality, or has that been just shattered? The whole concept of holding any kind of singular form. Do I still have any memory or consciousness of that?
You intentionally had buried that deep inside yourself and tried to become just the silent wind on the shores and the space between the rainfall, and essentially you feel, as you occupy all the space, that the life of the tree is stealing you, because it's expanding into the void, but each time it does, you get spaced back.
Right.
And you feel like there's less of you constantly.
So I'm starting to hate reality.
You are getting darkly, horribly malformed in your soul.
So I'm gaining a spite, a malice towards anything that actually holds form and holds any kind of tangent of life.
Essentially, now you're in a monologue as you, through these words, recall the fact that you're once mortal. Is no longer something like, I wonder what I'll have for tea tonight. but just this constant biting criticism of all things that are, and the main thought, the main cog, each spur of the wheel that comes round in this infinite dialogue that you have with yourself is, why did I give my life? Why did I give it up? Why did I try and save? Why did I cross here? Why did I do this for thousands and thousands of years?
We just created our next
I'd like to ask Dain to come over and spit in the hole.
Oh, nice.
Can't see why that would
I just spit a copy on my nose.
Put blood into the hole. I see what's going on there.
Yeah, I think my tongue had just been clogging, but I'll nibble again. So.
Well, we've got a few vials. We can just biff one of them in.
You did extract quite a few vials.
There's nothing better than fresh from the source. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Bladder infection, you can take a pee.
Yeah. I'll spit a few globs.
Very confusing for the demons on the other side of that hole.
Yeah. So, as Dain steps over the rift, there's an intense heat that emanates from this, and a little bit of psychic damage as well. Not a lot, just 6 points.
That's moderate.
Essentially, the rift itself is seemingly trying to heal. The rift that was opened during the Tournament of Torment essentially does heal itself. It just takes some time.
Right.
Lord Nyath has been taking advantage of this. But as you lean over, you can see a dark wasteland. Dark, desolate
Yeah, I got it.
wasteland.
Wasteland. It's such a cool name, actually. Wasteland, Desolate.
Wasteland,
Yeah.
Desolate.
Wasteland, desolate. Yeah. Upon which you see lost kind of tortured souls. A lot of the times the demonic creatures, like the small ones that scatter across the surface, seem to be the most horrible imaginations of necromancers and torturers. You see not only faces that have been cut and burnt and bruised and torn apart and sewn back together, but horrible abominations of just heads on hands that kind of just scatter across the ground. As you drop some blood, there is this white shimmer as it travels through the rift, and it kind of glows. Gorstag immediately goes, and his eyes just he falls into a vision.
By the light of Palor.
Yeah, as the blood hits the ground, there's this shot of red lightning that travels right up. You hear, and now the entire crack, you just see this eye come staring right at you, taking up pretty much the entire crack, just like black wreathed in flame, horrible like tendrils, and just blood that kind of just oozes like a beautiful woman in a shower. With blood.
It's a team tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. Really going for the creep
Well, I
factor
naturally
today,
associate with
On the movie
people
Psycho?
who-
Like-
Exactly, how are you looking at that?
Psycho.
You just see like this shower of blood crossing across this eye. You speak Infernal, right?
No.
No.
I do when I'm standing there.
Right. So Fate, you just see the last mistake of man emanate from this crack.
The last mistake of man.
Yeah.
I grab him and I pull him.
I do the same with Gorstag.
Cool.
Shark and grasp the eye.
As well.
You see this hand come out through the rift. The hand itself is maybe 60 foot in diameter, and this claw just kind of curls around the
How
edge.
far away is the eye from me?
The eye in your hand, or the eye?
No, the eye itself.
The eye.
The big eye that just rose up.
It's quite fucking close to the rift.
Like I couldn't reach it without going into the rift.
I'm sorry, did you just say that the eye is 60 feet in diameter?
No, the hand that it
right.
comes out.
Are you going to try and
just the
stop
hand.
me
The
off?
eye
I couldn't shock and grasp the eye again.
Essentially, the rift is this crack like this, and you just see an eye staring from that, and now a hand curling around the outside, pulling the rift open.
Oh, another eye for my collection.
Oh, so he's opening the
And I
rift
say
more.
that
Yeah.
in Infernal.
Cool.
Any
Nice.
reply?
Yeah. Death. Yours. And it's now just ripping the rift.
I say, "Hail, master! By what may I praise? By what name may I praise you?" in Infernal.
Make a con save.
Oh, what?
I can't say. Not a creature.
11. No, 12.
The eye trains itself on you, and immediately your form freezes for a second. And almost as if your brain is booting up a computer program, a Trojan virus that you weren't aware was there before, the programming of the Nine Hells starts rushing through you. And suddenly you remember this long lineage of demons. You yourself find once again the attunement to the 9 hells.
Oh, because you're a tiefling, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Your
This could
horns
go really
actually at this
badly.
point grow maybe 4 or 5 inches from your skull. Each ring around your horn is another rank in the demon underworld.
Cool.
Essentially, the torture of the 9 hells.
You leveled up. It's the demon.
The thing that makes the 9 hells terrifying and torturous is the fact that the entire place operates on a system of rank. But the ranks are seemingly endless, and the only way to escape is to climb the ranks and get to the top. What you're looking at now is essentially one of the top 3 ranked demons in the 9 hells. Each ring on the horns represents a different rank, and the horns of this creature are like 50,000 hands all woven together into essentially like bone dreadlocks. He's now pulling the rifts.
He's not answering me. He's just
Yeah.
just looked at me. Okay.
He just says, "Remember." And you do. You remember what it was like to be ranked. You remember what all those ages of demon blood in your lineage and stuff stood for. And that was the eternal torture and trap of beautiful souls that through the horribleness of one way is out and that only way is up.
I'm sorry, guys.
Would now be a good time to throw all-powerful druidic artifacts into a hole?
Wait,
After that, we can run away.
Hold on, I have a vial of his blood. Can I
Yeah.
shop that?
Yeah.
Just do a line of Dain's blood.
Wow.
Exactly that.
I'm high on payload.
Torn. High on torn.
Right.
Oh, goodness. Imagine that
Do
doing a line
you
of torn
remember-
saying you're high on payload.
The first time you ever took a shot of a spirit.
I do.
That's what it feels like. There's this thing
Fate throws up.
yeah.
Hold my horns back. Hold my horns
Okay. Fate. Your horns fall off.
Oh!
And it hurts.
No!
I've cured you.
They hit the ground.
Can I
I
collect
picked
them?
them up.
Oh,
your-
Did you throw the blood into the void?
No, he's
Take a
spinning
shot of
the
it.
But the
your
vial? Did he throw the vial? Did you
I
oh,
drank
you
the vial.
drank it.
Yeah.
That's why your horns are
your
falling
teeth retract, so they're not quite as pointed.
off. You've been cured.
However, the eye sees you and says, "You've forsaken your lineage."
Can I still speak Infernal?
You can try. Make a con save.
Ah! I should stop asking you questions.
Hey,
You remember what it sounds like, and as you go to speak, you say, "Dusia, Dusand." It's gone from your mind.
I said, get out of here, man!
You're holding your horns.
I'm not happy with it.
It's kind of an improvement, to be honest. Fate.
I just kind of back
we
up
get out of
behind
here?
him.
No one likes the horns anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Great idea, Dave.
Okay. Run away. All in favor.
Yeah.
I want to run downstairs and get the
I want to
plane.
run downstairs
Oh, wait.
and fucking burn Lord Asa.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
We got this
Alright.
far.
Right,
Also,
everybody.
are we letting this creature like escape from this?
Can we do
We're
it?
gonna make a way of closing it. What are we gonna do?
I can grease its hands
Spit
now.
on the eye. Spit on the eye.
I'm going to heal myself for 15 and then spit directly on it.
Okay.
Do I think I can hit the eye?
Make a dex.
Because if I think I can't, I'll just spit on the hand.
So the eye is pretty much filling most of the void. This
That
is
sounds
something
pretty
that's
easy. I'll do
pretty
that.
easy,
Yeah.
She's going to heal herself for 15 but not heal your tongue.
Yeah. Everything else.
Strategically.
Yeah, heal the blood vessels that lead to the tongue, so it bleeds real good. That's a
Be confused healing
11.
magic. Come on.
As the blood hits the eye, there's this streak of red lightning that comes up and actually comes back into your mouth, and that hurts quite badly. The eye itself goes from red and black to just clear, and it just looks like a human eye, and it blinks, and you hear as the hands come back. Yeah, exactly. The hands come back down through the rift, and this creature just starts tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. You see, as it falls, it's got this beautifully long tail full of spikes that kind of spiral. It's like purples and blues, and at the end of it is like this horrible mace-like thing with these long tendrils that kind of swoop out, and they've got points at the end. Look like it'll do some serious damage. Its head is just, I don't know, 50,000 different horns that all kind of weave together into this like tied back dreadlock type kind of thing.
Hideous yet stylish.
As he falls, he's just like swiping at the rift, and he hits the ground and takes a crap load of damage. As he just, you just have a sound of like bones breaking, and as he screams, there's this echo, and the echo itself seems to cut through your mind horribly, like a person scratching a blackboard, but intensified about 10,000 times, and like through your heart and your emotion, it just rips through this horrible sound, and the rift starts closing.
Oof, I swoon again.
Did you just beat up a demon king?
Kind of looks like it.
Wow.
Apparently spitting at them more too.
Yeah. Just hating demons solves all of your problems.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
The light of Paler must be strong within
I don't even believe
Torm! Light of Torm!
I know, I'm taking the piss now.
I don't even believe in Torm. I just really hate demons. He's cool with it.
No, cool.
It's not even about Torm.
That's how I roll. That's what I do.
As you're existing in the spaces between the tree and the branches of life, the last couple of 100 years you've adopted a new name, the Black Serpent, and this name has been your internal mantra. Essentially, in any language you know, you're just repeating the words Black Serpent to yourself.
Okay. What kind of impulse has given me that name? Why did I see a snake? Why did I? Is there any particular reason why that creature spoke to me?
So essentially, you realise that the space around the base of the tree has ingrained into the tree of life essentially a groove that travels round on a helix, and you noted that the only creature that could really use that to climb the tree would be a snake, the Black Serpent. As you watch the tree and snake around it, existing in small points of the void, essentially you are the entirety of it, but you're moving through it deliberately and choicefully in a straight line. You realise the tree is more like two hands like this, and as you're aware that the tree itself is expanding and blossoming on the top into beautiful parts of realities and lovers' first kisses and waterfalls. The other side of the hand that's growing equally as quickly as the whole tree turns, you now see the tendrils and the existence of the 9 hells emanated before you. The roots of the tree. The only way the top can grow is if the 9 hells digs deeper into the void, takes more space, more nourishment from the possibility space that you exist.
So I'm witnessing all the lines of sufferance.
As the roots bloom beneath you, you feel any part of your mortal life that was pure of heart or good intentions fade. You're kind of now in two minds as you experience the very ends, the very tips of both of these hands of branches of tree. And you can see the beauty and the creation of life and the reason why it was and all the things that make it worthwhile, and equally at the same time the treachery and the points of life that are wasted and the suffering. You do notice that in the 9 hell root there's a small window that opens between the void and the tree. But to enter once more, you'd be entering at one of the lowest levels of hell.
I hate the whole tree.
Yeah.
I hate the whole tree.
You see
I hate the bad bits. I hate the good bits. I hate this tree. I hate this tree. I hate reality. I hate reality in all of its forms.
Reality.
Reality. Best pun of the night. Okay. I hate reality. Okay, so. Okay, but I have an infinite status, but it's outside of reality, so it's meaningless.
Yeah.
So I have all physical identity that I have is gone.
Right.
But so there's one window back into that reality, but I clearly see that it's at one of the lowest levels of. Do I still perceive there to be any height or level to existence, or is it because
it's a weird sensation? If you imagine a whole lot of flowers blooming in your chest, and slowly eating away at you, that's what it feels like to exist outside
Oh
the tree.
god, it's horrible. Okay, so as I move closer to this, I'm going to investigate this thing, this doorway, portal, hole thing.
Yeah.
Can I move closer to it?
Yeah, well, you can just be aware of yourself around that area and shut out the rest of where you exist.
What do I perceive when I get really close to it? When I embody as much of it as I can in terms of perception.
So you notice that this is a tendril of the root that is exactly mirrored on the other side. The other side where you exited was a point of pure nobility and the want to save innocent life. Essentially the way out.
Tell me about this new thing.
Essentially,
Okay, so that's where I left.
Yeah. The only way back in is the complete opposite of that. To exist once more as twisted, tortured soul.
Is there any illustration as to what identity I might have? Can I see any kind of physical reality in there? I mean, am I some kind of twisted worm lemming type thing, being constantly speared and burnt? Or I mean, what happens in the lowest tiers of hell? Am I sweeping a floor of some supermarket of demons? I mean,
Cleaning grandma feet.
Yeah, totally right.
Like an empty glove, just with the entrance there. To get through, you would climb into the skin of what looks like this grey, twisted creature, the name of which escapes you.
But there's actually an identity there that I could become.
Yeah.
So it's been how long have I been aware of this for?
The door?
Yeah.
The last 300, 400 years.
Okay. So there's been a little bit of time for deliberation. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be inevitable then. This is torture. I hate this tree. I hate this reality. All right. I move towards the door with the impulse of trying to go through it.
Okay. You yourself feel this beautiful rush of corporeal form as you push through the end of this route. However, the corporeal form you are is like a jar of liquefied fetuses as it pours into the mold.
Best imagery tonight, don't you?
Hear that, guys? That's right, liquefied fetuses. That's right.
Yeah,
very relatable.
Support stem cell research. So,
we're doing a charity gig.
It can save lives, people.
Can help.
That got dark quick. Anyway.
Liquefied fetuses squeeze like toothpaste into some kind of... Like a coil of dog shit being laid. Okay.
Yeah, essentially you feel yourself flooding once more. You feel tendrils, you feel arms. As you look at your hands,
The screams of the babies.
you see the beautiful irony of looking at your hands as these two ends of a tree as you once come through once more. The internal dialogue that was critique and horribleness is now loud enough that you can speak, and the first words out of your mouth are "fuck," and it's coming through. Essentially now you just feel this beat. Every beat of your heart is a beat of hate and a beat of I want to destroy and kill everything that I meet. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break because I need more coffee.
It's traumatizing. That's pretty cool.
You've changed since you've gone back on the coffee.
You've changed, Fletch. You've changed.
So yes, we will be back in about 10 minutes, thereby. There is, Arkyan, while you're on there is a way to see if we have any new subscribers. There's like a thing that's open at the bottom.
In Twitch or?
I can't remember what the program's called. It should have like a list of like things. While he looks for that, thanks guys for watching. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I just need to refill my coffee pot because that's running out. Basically, to quickly recap, the party has defeated Lord Nyath, support stem cell research, and we will be back with more Eyes of Elysia. Did you find?
Hotbox the crypt.
We'll get Dave up in the break. So if you have subscribed or donated, we'll get to that after the break when Dave can come up and help us figure out who did that. So we'll be back. Thanks for watching, guys. Hello, and welcome back to Black Winter Nights. Myself, Dungeon Master Oliver, and my lovely friends, the Black Winter Knights. I'm setting a timer for my coffee, and then we will get back into it. So,
Priorities.
yes, definitely. Who needs sleep when you got D&D? So, the party finds themselves. You guys, we just experienced Fletcher's Rebirth. Steps on research. And the rest of the party finds themselves burrowing deeper into Lord Nyath's castle over the rest of the Nine Hells. You are ascending, led by Arkyan, who knows this place, down some very cold and echoing stone steps that lead deep beneath the castle. You will recall that this castle was actually built quite high up in the sky, as that's where the rift was. So, down at its lower levels, you come to a point where essentially an entire floor that Lord Nyath had banned you from entering. You assume this is where Lord Ars's body is being kept.
Because this is the first time we're out of combat, can I talk to Shiver as we're going down the stairs?
You can.
Be like, so you kind of ditched us back there for a long time, and then we appeared. I'm assuming you had something to do with that.
I heard the voice of Ark, my mentor from the Unending Moon, and he had reached through time somehow in conjunction with Signia.
Mm-hmm.
When Signia was in a vision, Ark could come through. Somehow Ark reached through to me. It was the first and only clue we had seen of anything going through time. I had to follow it.
So how did we get back?
That was done. There was someone.
Do we remember
someone
him?
You need to make
I'm not sure.
straight intelligence.
16.
8.
Oh, I'm smart. To modified 20.
Okay. Nice. 16 and modified 20 and
8.
So 16 and modified 20. You're aware that your brain is essentially lying to you. You're aware that there's been parts of your mind and memories that have been altered and removed. And yeah, with that kind of intelligence roll, you do recall speaking to someone, and you have this thing in your head. You can't picture the face and you can't picture the voice, but you knew there was something.
And I can see him grasping in the same way.
Yeah.
I say,
There was
There was
a person. There was a something.
there was a thing, guys. A thing.
There was something I
Like,
don't remember.
A hole in time. It's a missing person or
A thing or a person? A person?
Person? I want to say both. Wasn't a human but not human. A person but not a person.
I want to say whoever's moved us through time has been in our minds.
Something. Well, something's gone on with our minds. Something has happened that we can't remember.
So that's something to note for the future.
Whatever it was, I remember I was with Ark and I remember not being able to remember for the first time. Whoever it was, whatever it was brought you back. I just don't know who or how or what.
Well, we're back here, so I can assume they're on our side.
That's a very powerful magic.
Does Shiver remember the child?
Yes.
Yes. Remember everything.
Do you remember not killing the child?
I remember not killing the child. I remember the child and Ark vanishing away in shadow. I remember rushing into the shadow, seeing it was closing in on me and just embracing it,
Maybe it
and
was
suddenly I
your-
was here.
Noble sacrifice of not killing the child.
Perhaps
Well,
the
someday.
innocence needed for the spell was displayed when
No.
you chose not to kill the child.
Possibly.
What were we doing when we popped back? We just killed the Witch King.
We just killed the Witch King.
The ever-dead king.
By evidently with the head that...
Oh,
Dain,
yeah.
you still have your head.
Yeah.
Missing one eye that
So-
Arkyan has.
The ever dead.
Evident.
This
I
guy.
would have thought that would have gotten a lot more of a laugh.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
I don't know what I'm going for there.
Evident.
Evidently.
Oh, okay.
It's like the same word almost. It's like
Reality. Reality is still pretty good.
not on your level, Max. I'm sorry.
You gotta do it that well.
Evidence of evidence.
Right, so can we go to the second room in this hallway?
Cool. Door's locked. Thanks.
I investigate for traps.
Yeah.
The door and around the door.
Hey, Faye, you seem to be looking a bit different at the moment.
I throw a horn at him.
You'll never get it back. Careful.
14.
Unlocks, no traps.
Oh, sweet. I open the door and then I close it and lock it again.
Go.
Did we also establish who's getting which orbs? Because I got my red one, and then it spoke to me, but did we divide the other ones?
Is there a gold one?
Yeah.
It's more yellow, but
I open up a pouch for you to put it in because I'm not touching it.
I'll maybe
Hand it?
hand it.
Yeah. sweet. You've got the yellow orb.
Tie it up. Alright.
I'm gonna suggest that Dain, you probably want the scary skeleton hand one.
Sounds like my cup of tea. I'll grab a piece of cloth,
Yeah.
handkerchief, whatever, and grab the orb.
You can still feel the humming through the cloth, but as your skin does not touch it, nothing happens.
Perhaps seeing as the orbs were talking about the holy bloods, they might talk to you about something.
Okay, I'll steel myself and feel as non-threatening and
I'm moving away.
yeah, I'm going.
Cool.
I stay very close.
How much else is there on the walls in terms of like the weapons and so on? Because I want to go and collect those as we're
Yeah.
going down,
So there's
but
maybe 12 different weapons.
without touching them this time.
There's one on wall.
Yeah, there's more.
Is it scimitar?
Yeah, scimitar.
Bow and arrow, I'm assuming, or bow and
No, mostly swords and stuff.
Not the ash
Sorry.
stuff.
If we touch it, it might be an ash.
Elven bows.
There were some elven bows
Yeah,
on the wall.
elven
Yeah.
bows. Right.
I'm gonna write that down.
Sorry, I forgot what people do. You're willing yourself to touch the orb and...
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself that I was glad to have a chance to right some wrongs in the Iron War, even though I didn't right as many as I would have liked.
Yeah.
But I slew some evil things, and I'm open to doing more slaying of evil things.
Okay.
And with that thought, I'll touch the orb.
Nice. Okay, so Dain puts himself in this frame of mind. And essentially you hold everything you just said, trying to hold it in one single thought. As you touch, you hear a voice in Celestial. Whether or not you speak it is irrelevant. You know it's Celestial and you understand it. It's a distant voice that has not so much an echo, but an effect that each word is preceded by that word and ends with that word, even though they're all just said at the same time. Essentially you hear one word spoken, but the word itself, the way it's spoken, unfolds into sentences. He's here. The one stands between the shore of the dark and the shore of the light. The one by whose hand the will of the gods will be known. The one with the holy blood.
What is holy blood?
You don't know, do you?
Sassy medical orb.
Your families, your parents. Trace them back as far as you can to the great king. You're his descendant.
The king of what?
King of all of Elysia. The ancient times. Well before the age of dragons. One man ruled the world. Justice. Peace. Every descendant of his is a descendant of the light.
He ruled without being a tyrant?
He ruled from every corner until the shadow grew. Some say it's the shadow that creates the light, but the light that must vanquish the shadow. You are the light. And the spell fades. All of that is said with a single word, but the sound of the word and the way it's inflected unfolded into what you heard.
Cool. I'll take that back away.
Awesome.
So, any luck with the speaking of the orb there?
Yep.
Single word guy.
Can I look at mine and say holy blood and infernal? See what happens.
Oh, do you speak Infernal still?
No.
Easy to
Because you did last time.
Holy blood is a word you've heard multiple times in Infernal, so I'd say...
I chanted it for a while. It was
Yeah.
Back when you were born,
Yeah.
days.
So you, in Infernal say holy blood.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As you say it, the sound comes to the orb, and the orb sound comes back. Not within these walls! And from above, you hear this cry emanating from the rift. And it's infernal, and you don't understand it.
Ah!
I do.
Right. Of course!
It said holy blood not within these walls. Well, it replied to not within these walls, and I said holy blood.
And the orc speaks again. The orc speaks again. You told him.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
And whispers that you can't decipher.
Who's him?
The Dark Ones. They
Knew
know
it.
I look very confused.
the rift. Now they know the blood. And you just hear, of course.
I look up. I think I'm up, guys. We need to hurry up.
Here, let's close that bag.
Yeah. Zip.
That was scary.
Let's get the body and get him out of here.
I feel you like your orb is way more confusing than ours.
Yeah. Well, it gave a slightly different version of events.
Alright,
So-
in the room he just opened, do we
Yeah.
see Lord Asa's body?
The first thing you guys see, you, and you two, is the body of someone decayed, but you can still recognise them. You hadn't seen them in a very long time. A ranger by the name. A ranger who you'd met in Black Winter Castle, if I recall. One that travelled and journeyed with you for a short time.
Oh yeah.
Until he vanished. You see his corpse. And what remains has been quite horribly tortured. Arkyan, you immediately recognise the torture as being Lord Nyath's way of getting information from someone who really doesn't want to give it. But further into the recesses of this room, where there are no lights, but you all have dark vision.
Does he have dark vision?
Hey man!
With great horns comes great.
Don't worry, Faye, you've still got your dark.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see dressed in regal robes, decayed but recognisable as Asa. Essentially on a plinth, his royal coffin, where once had laid beneath black steel in the royal crypts, the back of the city. But yeah, seemingly excavated and moved to this room.
Loot.
roll investigation.
15?
Okay.
Or wait, investigation? No, sorry, 13.
No, 14. 14.
It's
Lovely.
basic arithmetic. Cool. Yes.
So sorry. Well, I just
Wait.
had a mind fire. Are we looking at Lord Asa or Lord Nyath?
Lord Asa.
We're looking at Lord Back.
Lord
Okay.
Asa. So
Right.
Lord Asa was the one Lord Nyath was trying to bring back from the dead, believing...
Or Lord Asa was Lord Nyath in
No.
his body. Just throwing it out there.
No, because I do know he was still trying to resurrect Lord Asa,
Okay.
which is why I turned myself into Lord Asa, to make him believe that he did, so they would give me information.
So this is literally Asa's body.
This is literally Asa's body that he's
Okay.
been trying to resurrect with necromantic magic.
Right.
Thank you.
He's got some fire.
Oh, really?
I can light him on
Is
fire.
that one that you already have?
No, it's fucking Isgrim.
Isgrim's.
You dick. But is that to spell damage as well?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Cool.
Can I investigate the body to see if any necromantic rituals have begun?
Sure. That would be straight Arcana.
Not religion? For necromancy?
Is he asking a god of death to resurrect him, or is he doing a magical ritual?
No, this is like an Arcana.
Interesting question.
He was
Religion or...
most of the information that he'd gathered from the mages were mages, not religious ways of
Okay.
reincarnation.
Well, they're the same anyway, so...
Ways to slow the game down.
And Zook takes a step forward, he steps on a pressure plate, and this thing. Yeah, take a few steps forward towards this creature, and yeah, it's quite horribly rotted. Most of it is skeleton, but what clings, these like small bits of rotted muscle and stuff, does not look animated in any way.
Okay.
I ready my firebolts. Let's see, who's with me?
Got the fire hands going.
Can I back off and go loot the other body that we saw while they do this?
Yeah.
Fire people. I think there's probably a
No, I
procedure
can't
we
go.
have to follow here, like separating the head. Gorstag would know this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Gorstag, what do we do with the undead resurrection thing?
Bless and salt or something?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
You should chop off the head at the very least and shove a
what's the old thing? Like,
Let's cut off his head and put it on the watch game.
I'll start a head monster. Start a head collection.
I'm afraid that'd bring him back.
More powerful than last
Sticking the Evident King on us.
So can I ask Gorstag?
Do you want enemies? Because this is how you get enemies.
This is how you get ahead of yourself.
Gorstag, at the Church of Palor,
Yeah. Temple.
or at the temples of Palor, do you have any rituals to sanctify undead bodies or to stop the resurrection of beings?
Gorstag says we have certain blessings for the light of Palor that we gift to those within our order who fall and perish. As for stopping necromancy itself has been very much weeded out, since the Iron War. So there's not a lot known about it currently.
You guys preserved that big snake thing we killed. Would that save this thing from, or does that stop things from decaying?
That stops the decay.
Yeah.
Oh, so we probably don't want that one.
Basically, Lord Nyath, his attempt to reach into the realm of necromancy was met with great confusion by the mages who had lost most knowledge of this kind of stuff.
True.
Fletch, the Black Serpent. If you thought that life within the void and the fact that you'd spent so many millions of years alone was difficult,
Yeah.
you have no idea in comparison how much longer it takes to rise the ranks in the Nine Hells. And as you start at the bottom, you now see that what you experienced in the void was a flash, a blink of the eye, in comparison to what you must go through in the Nine Hells to be able to cross into the mortal realm. This, by the way.
I'm this grey ooze amoeba multi-fetus thing. Just throw that back in there. And
Dragging yourself along hot coals and burnt ash and broken
Can I say anything? So I can't. Can I articulate thoughts?
Make Constitution.
Right.
Smells like barbecue.
Thank you. Smells like barbecue. Okay, I'm 8 if I'm still using my stats. I don't know what stats you have. It's a great sack of amoeba. Fetuses. I'm thinking that's a +1 bonus maybe?
Yeah.
16 fetuses.
You can't even control your tongue in the right places to be able to converse.
Alright.
You're so unfamiliar with being in a body.
Okay, so I'm clawing my way through this. Is it what environment am I in? Just in a pile of these things? Is it like just a teeming plain of these grey slabs?
Essentially, as you look behind you, you see these what look like deflated balloons of creatures kind of just hanging limply.
Yeah.
And occasionally one will just fill and start dragging itself forward. Behind, you get a sense that not only is it between dimensions of the void and the tree of life, but if one of the demons crosses into the mortal realm, dies, or gets sent back to start at the bottom rung just to torture them, this is where they come from.
Right.
So essentially you're on the shore of burning coals and broken trees.
Okay, is there any point of focus to any are these things around me? Are they trying to get somewhere? Is there like a gateway or a portal or a centralized point? Is there any form of life that's higher than me?
So looking around, you can see the forms that are being filled and coming out are all nightmarish creatures of all kinds of infernal horribleness. Like we've got like the hellhounds and wights and stuff.
Right.
To travel forward is seemingly the only logical thing to do, and as you look, you see this mountain towering 1,000 million times higher than any mountain you've seen, and the further up it looks, like the hotter it gets, the more painful it gets.
Okay.
It's a very literal translation of what the Nine Hells represent.
Okay, right. As I start to claw my way up this crazy mountain, I just, instead of trying to say anything, I just form this one mantra, I take all the visions that I held of the tree, and I just place the tree in my consciousness, and then I just repeat over and over, Master, I have fallen from the light, and now I wear the shadow to do your bidding. Nice. And I just keep clawing and just keep that mantra just going over, and that's all I do is just place the tree in my consciousness, Just keep saying, "I've fallen from the light, and now I wear the shadow to do your bidding. Help me rise."
Cool.
I'll just
Awesome.
and that's all he does. That becomes his life. He just dedicates himself to that one mantra as he just keeps clawing his way up this mountain.
Who's
So,
your master?
within the realms of the Nine
They're
Hells.
demons. There's got to be someone out there. You know, like,
Yeah.
Some random.
Tell me who your manager is. I want promotion.
By what name can I praise you?
yeah. Well, that might be helpful actually. By what name
so-
can I praise you? I seek to rise, basically.
Yeah.
I seek to rise, master.
And there's always this just beyond your reach, just as you think you get to the top until you see the next rise, there's this voice that calls you forth, and it just says, "Give yourself to me," over
Right,
and
right,
over
right,
again.
okay.
But it's always just traveling.
Is there any other life form around me that's also clawing its way up?
After eon upon eon upon eon upon infinity and infinity spins around on this endless wheel that seemingly is just there to torture us, yourself and the other demons. Yeah.
So there are other demons
the
around
further
me?
you climb.
The moment that it says, what does it give yourself to me? The moment that it says that, I find another life form around me and just kill it.
Cool.
Can I? Is there anything around me that I can kill?
Yeah.
Alright, then I kill whatever is close to me. Each time that it says "give yourself to me," I just find something that has some semblance of life and just kill it.
So some of what you see are these like centipede-like creatures where all the limbs are fingers, and creatures that their faces just kind of slide off, and their flesh is more like amorphous kind of jello that just kind of like slops off and stares at you. As you're climbing, eventually you know these hills will end, and that's when you enter your next trial of torment.
Right.
You do see what is a creature that essentially its torso is below the waist, kind of like curls into like a flesh sock. And as you hear the voice, you just kind of strangle it until the last emanating gurgles kind of come out, and then as you kill it, and each time you crush like a small creature or rip the face of some other being trying to climb into pieces, you see them shatter and disintegrate and go back and start once more crawling out. And the more you send back, and the more you torture these people trapped in the Nine Hells, after eon upon the wheels until the wheels spin for all eternity 1,000,000 times over, you eventually make it to a place where you're on a plane that you can converse and speak with others.
Don't be like, am I still on minimum wage?
Back to you guys. So you stand in the room with Asa, this body, and the body of the ranger, whose name I can't remember in game.
So as far as the Order of Palor is concerned, setting corpses on fire stops them from coming back, Gorstag?
Actually, in the temple, they would bury them as deeply as they could. So if they did, they would be stuck under the ground.
I think if someone really wants to find him bad enough, there's not really anything we can do to stop it. The best we can do is try and destroy the corpse so that it can't be recognized and found, right?
And just reanimate it in
What
in a
if we
simple way.
threw it into the chasm?
That sounds like a very bad idea.
You want to be a demon?
Yeah, but do we want him to be a demon?
Knife wants to be a demon. Asa just wanted
Asa
to
summon the demons at first. Maybe they would punish him for drawing them out of the hells in the first place.
He didn't succeed. They're not big fans of not succeeding.
On the other side, he could rise his way through the demons and come back all powerful again.
But we'd be long dead by then. It would be like eons upon eons down the track.
I feel like with our luck lately, it would not be eons upon eons.
We just traveled 100 years and
Yeah,
let it move
exactly.
back as well.
I mean, from the
It might be eons, but me white.
this is where my people come from. The Nine Hells is not an easy place in which to rise. Like,
Your thoughts are more infernal now that you've lost your
We know in the below places, perhaps he could come back and be something evil. In the above places, maybe he won't come back and he'll
well,
be
in
an
the
angel.
above places, you just inferred to me that he could be necromancy at any point.
But here, he's static. He's not moving. He's not going anywhere. So I don't think we
Yeah.
should remove him from
But
this plane.
can we keep
I want
that?
to destroy his body.
destroy and then
Yeah.
bury the ashes within the walls of the castle using your alchemy.
In several different
Perhaps-
locations.
Oh,
Perhaps
okay.
bury the body in the middle of a random forest at some point while we're walking around.
He can melt the walls and bury the ashes in the castle.
Oh, okay.
Why
that's
don't we
actually
burn the
not
body, split the ashes like we did the orb? We can all do
Take
something
some
different
pieces
with them.
Yeah. Has everyone got an orb yet?
Everyone's
Yeah.
got more.
Oh yeah. When we get a moment, I'd like to whisper to the little pink orb.
Yeah.
in Gnomish and just say, hello, old friend, and just see if there's a reaction?
I rub my little pink orb.
Oh, I remember that pink orbs all night, buddy.
The future of your party is everyone in the corner. My precious.
Do all have orb fetishes?
So you hear two sentences. Return me to my master, and we'll look out.
I immediately turn around. Is there anything there?
You hear the sound of metal clanking on metal from upstairs.
Alright, firebolt on the body, straight away.
Okay.
Yeah.
The body is whatever cloth that it's wearing incinerates, and the small bits of flesh that remain turn to ash.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if the body disintegrating is releasing anything? Because I just thought of that.
Yeah.
Like a soul could be sealed in the body or something like that.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I want to help him in that.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Yeah, I'll check religion.
I'll jump in as well.
So
Ooh,
19.
21.
Cool. So from the body itself, you see nothing. From the plinth that it's on, however, you notice that in each corner there's a gem, and they start glowing. But
Are they
Arce's
removed?
body itself does not move. Instead, these 4 beams of light travel up and through the roof.
From the gems?
Mm-hmm.
Can
But
we...
do we see the body decompose in the fire?
The body's burnt; it's just a skeleton.
Can I just reaction smash one of the gems with the hilt of my
Yeah,
dagger?
roll a hit.
Can I roll Arcana to see if the gems look like they're sealing something in? Or like they're throwing out an alert?
Sorry, I hit. Oh well, no, I didn't hit actually. I got
It's a DC 10.
a 12.
Yeah, it hits.
Oh
Roll
shit.
damage.
Okay.
It's just a gem.
D4?
Not trying to dodge you.
For a dagger?
I'm using the hilt of my dagger.
Yeah, D4.
1.
Cracks, and the glow lessens.
That was a 9.
What are you trying to do?
To see if the gems were sealing it or not. But I have no idea.
Shit, I didn't think of that.
You're not sure?
Anybody else?
I'm going to whack a gem.
I feel the gems may be sealing Lord Asa's soul through this plinth
Why?
to stop him from returning or going to the Nine Hells or anything using his body for nefarious purposes.
We want
But
his
he
soul to
wanted
move
him to
on.
come back. Why would he...
But we don't
maybe
know if the
want
gems were
treasure.
put there by him. This,
that's
As
this,
the
this
conversation
coffin
happens,
comes from
the,
the Crypts of Blacksteel. They could have been here at the moment he died.
As the conversation happens, the light emanating from the gems into the roof stops, and they sail back up, and then the glows diminish.
The gem sail back up?
No,
Back
the
up or
light.
back up?
The
Okay.
gems are in place, one of which is cracked.
We didn't do anything with Naya's body, did we?
I set it on fire.
I'm
Oh,
going to
it
go back
melted.
upstairs in a hurry.
Okay.
Anyone wants to follow me, they're welcome.
I crack another gem just for the sake of it, just in case, and follow. Yeah.
So as you
I take
climb-
one of the cracked gems.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Straight to wrench it free.
Isn't it still floating in the air?
Gems. No,
They
the
went
light.
floating.
Oh, it was just
Yeah.
light coming up. Okay. Nat 20.
Nice. Got one.
Which colour is it?
Blue.
Gem achieved.
Yeah, so as you get up, the sounds of metal clanking are louder, and as you enter back into the chamber, you can see just skeleton arm dragging itself towards the rift, with small parts of Nyath's armour clanking on the stone as it does so.
Mage hand.
To catch it? Yeah.
Yeah, to try and lift it up.
Cool. It wouldn't be strength, it would be just spell.
It would be my.
It can move
spell.
5 pounds. Mage
Right.
hand.
Oh, okay.
It's
Is
a
it-
flat 5 pounds.
An arm is more than 5 pounds with armour on it. I would assume.
Yeah, I'm going to use catapult at 2nd level to shoot a 10-pound like spear across the room and send it flying into the wall.
Okay. So, a spear shimmers on the wall and travels across, and the hilt breaks and it falls to the ground.
I was trying to like hit the arm and like knock it away.
Oh,
from
okay.
the rift.
Alright, say some dex.
Okay. Normally the attacked creature would make a dex save, but I can do something.
Nat 1 on the dex save. So, it cuts and hits the bone square and just snaps it in half.
Okay. It takes 4d8 damage if that's relevant.
The hand is now just using its fingers to claw its way away, and the rest of its arm remains broken behind it.
I'm gonna run and pick it up.
Okay, you've now got a hand that's now wiggling just like a horrible skeleton hand of knives.
This is Nyath's hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any more of his body that's around, or is it just the arm that's solid?
The rest of the body is mostly melted metal and stuff, and that's holding it down. The only thing that was free was this arm.
How open is the rift? Because I thought it had closed a bit when
It's
you...
closing.
closing.
Yeah.
Just slowly.
Takes a while.
Where's the rest of Nyath's corpse?
So the rest of it is like this mess of like melted flesh and melted metal and bone, kind of in a horrible puddle.
So we're above where the gems were.
Yeah.
Can I kind of get an idea of if I'd be directly over the pump?
Can you roll perception? This is like a backtracking roll.
I want to see where the lights went, through.
19?
I do think at one point, watching Nyath's Castle, you guys had seen a beam of light emanate from it, and that is what the gems had done.
Ah.
When did that occur?
Before we came in, when we were scouting around the outside.
Did anything happen after that beam of light?
You're not sure.
Do I know what they are? Because I've worked
roll
with them,
history, I'm going to say, because this is something that he might not have told you.
20.
Okay.
But not natural.
Okay. So essentially, hidden in most of the places that are very important and crucial to Nyath's plan within this building, the room that Arsa was in, the cells in which the powerful mages were concealed, that had been tortured and stuff, had essentially protective gems that had been enchanted to alert some of Nyath's forces. If Nyath was to die, the one on his armor was supposed to light up, but because of the nature of the destruction of the armor, that gem had been, but something has now signaled.
Right. So the gems were an alert for when people mess with Lord Nyath's business. There could be a chance that all his armies are on the way at the moment.
So again, we run.
Wait. The body is coming back somehow. That is not... This guy was a human, that's not what humans do. We've killed humans, they
Did
don't
we
do
just
that.
burn the body though?
We burned Lord As's body. This is Lord Nyath.
Yeah, but they had
No,
both
we
bodies
burned that too.
We
and
burned
most-
Nyath too.
But the hand's still moving and alive and crawling across
Yeah,
the
and
floor.
the rest sounds like, is it stuck to the floor? Is the melted steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it holding the rest of the body down?
Yeah.
Does the
Why
body
don't we
look like
just
it's
burn
moving
that?
or twitching?
Burn the rest of that flesh as well.
Does the body look like it's
Mostly,
twitching?
no, the body, no. It seems
Just
like,
the hand.
anyone that wants to roll a card.
What are we rolling?
I
Arcana.
Give it a shot.
15.
Winning!
Alright.
I've seen this before somewhere.
Yes, so once again, staring into the void stares back, spending a lot of time around necromancers, leaves a residual effect.
I'm just gonna
okay.
take it.
Okay. Right.
So it's not
Gather.
actually... nothing's been cast on Nyath, just that much
Yeah.
time has left a little bit of animation left in the corpse.
Can I sever the tendons in the hand and then put it in my backpack?
You can just break the bones apart. It's just bone.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
so there's no actual flesh left on it?
No, just skeleton.
You've got a moving skeleton hand.
Shit.
I'm gonna try and
I'm sorry, I'm still down for the get the hell out of here thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm trying to wrench that melted corpse off the floor and then take it with me and let's go to the petrified forest.
Okay.
Do I know if Lord Asa has a treasury?
We don't have time!
Lord Nyath, sorry.
Lord Nyath.
Yeah.
Yes,
In the castle
you would
we're in
assume
right now.
that like, some of his methods before torture is throw gold at it until it speaks.
Well, like I know he did construct this castle here simply for the purpose of being over the rift.
Correct.
So I assume he would have some form of wealth.
Yeah.
It looks fake. Treasure room.
Well, from our way in, it was pretty labyrinthine. It took a
Yeah.
couple of
I-
investigation checks to find it.
I do know the way. I just couldn't tell you at the time.
Okay, I'm coming in.
Or do I know the way? Because I know last
the
time
treasury.
we were fucking
Oh,
around
nice.
with the maze, even though I did know it.
Wait, where are you going, sir? I spaced out.
Lord Nyath's treasure room.
Right. He would not have told you where that was.
There was that central room with like the 20 million doors around it that we lost score in.
But like I don't know the castle well enough from being here for months to. And there was only the one floor he forbade me from with Lord
Right.
Asa's body.
But when he built this castle, it was not necessarily his only homestead.
Okay.
Black Serpent. After enduring burns and mental collapse, still pushing forward with the will to somehow ascend, knowing that there's no way back unless you go right back to the start, knowing that could happen at any time. One of the higher demons could come down and just say, I don't like the colour of your eyes. You're going right back to the start. After so many eons. Builds within you where once was fortitude and strength, fear, and certainly a desire to unleash all the hell once you get out of this place. After quelling the fires and sending a lot of lesser demons back yourself. Eventually you were accepted into what is the rank. It took multitudes of eons just to even be considered as on the radar, and at the bottom of the radar you can see all the way to the top and how terrifyingly difficult it is to get there.
Is it possible for them to hear that mantra that I just keep repeating it? Is it possible that after over all the screams and sufferance of these other lesser creatures that probably haven't lived anything the way I have, lesser, is it possible that if through holding this kind of mantra or this vision of what he's seen before, I mean, basically I get the feeling that if there's any way that he can demonstrate that he has any kind of consciousness that's of any kind of worth, is there any way that he can perceive that might emanate from him, or basically, he's just trying to stand out?
Essentially, word, now that you're in a place where you can converse with these other beings, has been talking mainly of the Tournament of Torment, because it's essentially the only time demons can willingly step out of the mortal realm. They step out of the mortal realm and lose the protection that they have inherent in the Nine Hells and become themselves mortal. And that's where they do battle. And whoever wins comes back to the Nine Hells victorious and ascends the ranks, whereas the others go back to the start. The tournament itself, in classic Nine Hells style, only falls on a certain tiny blip of a huge cause of events. And none of the lesser demons know when this time is, but the higher demons have been sending their ranks down instead of up. So instead of battling and saying this army of the Nine Hells is greater than this one, for the first time these greater demons have been sent down to attack and essentially murder, slaughter as many as they can. What you feel that this is doing is weeding out the less worthy of the demons, that you yourself convicted, having spent so much time in the void, which is the powerhouse of evil, through pure constitution, managed to survive long enough to get to a place where, when the tournament falls, you might be considered to be released.
Has my form changed?
Yeah. Your skin, if you can
Quite
call
hard
it
to
that.
fight as a kind of a grey blob.
Yeah.
Next up in the tournament, grey blob.
Yeah,
Most entertaining fight.
You now have corporeal form enough that you can stand bipedal. Your skin is completely grey. There are no mirrors in the Nine Hells, so you're not sure what your face looks like.
Okay.
But you have muscle and form.
Some vague human form, humanoid form.
Yeah. You also have a myriad of horrible scars from all the battles that have occurred. Essentially, a lot of people have been pushed down, killed, and the elite of the elite remain climbing the ranks. And it could be rumour, but the tournament begins soon, and rifts will open, and that's the only time you can cross.
And I get to go back into the mortal realm?
If you're chosen.
And how do I get chosen?
You challenge a higher ranking demon to a duel, and if the higher ranking demon thinks to himself that you're a worthy match and that defeating you would give him cred, he will agree to fight you. But trying to convince a higher demon that you are the one that he should fight in amongst all the other tortured souls is no easy thing.
Can I sense any political elements within these demons? As in, can I sense demons that don't like other demons?
Yes.
Have I been able to pick up on any relationships like that?
Mm-hmm. I think with the manner in which you speak, your character definitely, whilst here, you can call it character, knows of most of the demons. I suppose you'd even call it religious in a way, that they follow whatever is at the highest point, the greatest demon in the Nine Hells, the Demon King. Although his word kind of trickles down. But there are others who believe that it's the strongest militia or the strongest force that should be where the stop is put.
Alright, so I try and find someone who has aspiration but is just below the person that's in charge, basically.
So
So
there's-
I need to find. Yeah, I try and find someone that seems to have some kind of beef with one of these other lesser tier demons.
Mhm.
So if there's any kind of scrap that I can witness, or any kind of
Yeah.
a demon with aspiration is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Just someone who I can be their champion, basically.
Cool. So if you imagine Nine Hells is kind of like being in jail. There are gangs within jail, and it's basically the only way to survive is to join one.
Right.
Imagine that, but more brutal. Essentially, there's one demon who's known for not just murdering others, but enjoying and flaying them and eating their souls.
I just find the most powerful, menacing, horrific badass that I can find in that environment,
Cool.
and impress him.
So,
Or her.
yeah.
Let's not be sexist in hell.
No. So currently there are multiple levels to Night House, and you're on one of the lower levels.
Right.
But the one that everyone seems hoping like they don't get drawn from this terrible lottery to face this person.
Right.
She is one of the more twisted, and yeah, you've heard stories about her. Her name is oh shit, Jinx.
Right. So if I can find, does Jinx teach her champions? Does she
Yeah.
have underlings or people that fight for her? Or
At this time, she's not far from crossing to the next tier.
so her place will be open?
Yeah,
Has she
she's-
got an apprentice or like a something?
she's
who's-
operated entirely alone. That's what makes her so terrifying.
Great. Then I go and find her.
Go.
Yeah. All right. So that's my goal: is to find Jinx.
Cool.
I
All
want
right.
to dialogue with Jinx.
Back to you guys.
Oh, we're running.
Yeah.
I took the corpse and I'm off.
Cool.
I'm taking the hand and yeah.
Cool. Okay. You barrel out the door and down the almost ridiculously long staircase. As you do, you come to the bottom of Lord Knight's castle. This whole nightmare now seeming slightly more subdued and somewhere behind you as you find yourselves quite relieved to finally be getting out of that place. And yeah, it's quite a cold night. You see your breath exhale. The stars are kind of twinkling at this time. Clouds are drifting lazily across the sky. You can hear the sounds of bird call and such. You're not too far from where Stormforce was during the Iron War. You guys remember that? In fact, the castle is quite Lord Knight's castle, but it's, yeah, not too far from there. You guys remember Bloodmud Fortress as well? Back in the Iron War was somewhere around here, and you wondered how that orc is that you killed twice during the time of collapse. So, what would you like to do? Seems almost too serene and beautiful for the events that have just transpired.
Yeah, all the demons that were crowding this place on our way in.
Mhm.
Do we see any of them around?
Yeah.
Cool. And do I know anything of the location of Lord As's armies or Lord Nyath's armies at the moment?
Basically, a lot of them had been tasked with simple premise, simple MO, find powerful mages and drag them back. You do know that Lord Nyath was contemplating searching other continents, but wanted to start with Ukast first.
We were sent here with a very specific mission. When we first
What is
headed
your guys'
south.
mission?
What?
What is your guys' mission?
Check things out.
I forgot his name. King Thromin.
Thromin.
Sent us down here to see what was happening with the Tournament of Torment and report back, and we kind of vanished for 3 weeks and
Seems
passed.
like you guys were like slightly late.
Yeah. Should we?
It
head
was
back
it was
and-
the rift's opening that destroyed the town, right? And since then he's
Yeah.
built
No, it
a
was-
castle on the top.
No,
of
the
it.
rift opened. It released the demons, and they had the Tournament of Torment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the
demons
tournament.
themselves. Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
the meantime, he's built an entire castle.
Yeah.
The town vanished, and Thromin knew something had happened. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like we should go to.
Essentially, the battles between the demons laid waste to the cities and the events of what transpired after that.
Actually, wouldn't you have some insight into what's happening at Black Winter at the moment?
No, because that never happened.
Did
It
that
changed. I remember that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that
So-
was in a different timeline.
Yeah, so essentially,
That was
when
like
Shiver
similar
came back, he was 2 or 3 weeks after you guys had left,
Ah.
and now none of that has happened.
Because the
Okay.
city was
Yeah.
under attack by Lord Nyath. The
Yeah.
Nyath's now dead.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go back to the city.
Wasn't there something about the Petrified Woods, and that's not too far from here? Because
It
we're
is
quite far south.
In
Yeah.
South. As we came south, we left Twitter and Captain a little bit further back. So I'm suggesting you go pick up them. Yeah, go pick up them
Ah, right,
first.
yeah.
So the demons that work for Naya see you, and assume you're on official business. They've noted the beacon, and so have drawn their weapons. You need to roll some deception.
I took Knight's hand away.
Can I look demony beside him and assist?
You've
With
got no weapons.
the deception. I have tail and I have skin. I'm a shitty demon, but I'm a demon.
Deception?
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
Nice.
They let you pass. As you return to the place where Captain was, I
Don't
don't
do
know.
this to me.
He's gonna do.
I don't know who's more excited to see who, Captain or you. As you rush to his side, he seemingly, you've only been gone for a couple of hours to him. So he licks your face and is proud to be
Just bowling his hair, rolling around in circuit.
Like, how influential was I in Nyath's army?
You
Was I
were
like his right-hand man, seeing as I was like his spell bitch? Or-
Not quite, but definitely higher than any of the guards on the doors.
Like, I wouldn't be high enough to like order his armies to disband.
You could,
Essentially.
you could try, and they might listen.
And if you're not high enough, we've got Dreamlift.
We'll get you there. Look like him. You can. Or can you?
You guys see a flock of birds fly overhead.
Sorry?
You see a flock of birds fly overhead.
Which direction are they going?
West.
West. Magic missile.
The rift is closing. They can't. Will they vanish when the rift closes? Or
No.
so
Well, once they're out, they have to go through the rift to go back.
or get
They
healed.
don't get summoned back, I think.
So they'll be stuck here immortal.
Yeah.
And how many of them are there? You would know.
How many came through during the tournament? Like hundreds, thousands? Are they what his army is composed of? Or
No, mostly ones who have been promised gold or powers or influenced in other arcane ways. The rift itself, you must understand too, cross through from the tournament if you're not fighting in it, is essentially to say, I denounce the Nine Hells, I'm escaping you, that's heresy, and to the demons. So very few actually will use this chance to escape because they know they'll be exiled and worse than that, hunted.
So most of Lord Nyath's armies themselves would just be conscripts that are being paid, like humans.
Yeah.
Not necessarily evil, just normal army.
Backing what they see as the strongest leader.
So they're not a threat once the leader's
Well, we don't know.
gone.
They could still band together under someone else who takes power.
Oh, true.
Well, the only leader we know
They
is
could
Thrommond,
still
Yeah.
band together under someone else.
Thrommond.
who has a lot of money just lying around.
Well, there is perhaps a treasure room in here somewhere.
That's not a bad point.
Do you feel like you could keep us safe from the armies when they come to the warning beacon?
I can levitate myself. I don't think we would have to wait for the armies. Like, we could spread a rumor that Nyath is dead throughout the camp, and the word would spread itself, and the armies might disband. All we need to do is stop someone else from taking control of.
Yeah, I feel like
of
they
the
would
army
trigger a
itself.
power struggle. And
Yeah,
if
exactly.
demons only come through to fight, then they're not, things that we can face. I'm assuming.
What if we? I don't know how well in the grace of King Thrommond you are, but would you on his behalf be able to offer them employment in the armies of Blackwatch?
I would certainly say Zook could.
I highly doubt that. I was employed to design siege and defensive weaponry, and then ended up killing things. I don't know that I'm really.
Seems pretty enamored of you. Otherwise, we could have Gore.
surely
You're in the academy now.
An academy. They could scrub that. Yeah.
I'd say
Zook Institute.
Yeah, we can give recommendations. We can't promise one.
Thrommond's a big fan of yours and yours. I'm sure we could,
These people have agreed to be paid to maraud and assail Thrommond and his people. Will Thrommond really just accept them? I don't know.
If he pays them enough, then they say people he wants to.
Is he really going to want?
I don't think I've ever heard of a king that has declined the offer of an instant army.
Yeah.
I don't know that he has any real foes.
I feel like if we could disband the army, that's the route that I would want to go to. And then hunt down the demons, basically.
Cool. Should we try and do that?
Do you want to try and see if you can,
I can definitely try.
when they come?
Yeah. So how far down out of the castle are we?
Depends.
Right.
Where
I
do you
want
wanna go?
to go back in.
Yeah.
And grab Lord Knight's head.
Oh,
And come back.
Didn't we
Mostly skeleton.
Yeah.
melt that?
No, you
destroy
got
it?
Yeah.
Oh, you took the corpse. with you?
Yeah.
Can I get my horns? Can you stick these back on.
I think that's more in Gorstag's line of work.
It's more like a restoration, right?
But you're transmuting. They're just not coloured.
I could kind of glue them on. That's really the best I could do.
I just want to make a good show for when Arkyan's trying to be all, the boss.
Okay. If we get like some soil or something, I could maybe mold them onto your skull. It's not going to look pretty.
It'll look good for the demons. It's alright.
Okay.
Can we do that?
You can do that. So Zook goes and transmutes the horns back onto Fate.
Thank you.
With like this sandy line.
I just push my hair over it.
Yeah.
It's cool. That's sweet.
Alright.
Alright, I'm ready to back you up, man.
So,
Alright, Fate, would you perhaps be able to thaumaturge my voice across the camp? Boom. Alright, let's see. Loyal followers of Lord Nyath, assemble! And I wait for the entire camp to kind of crowd around the stairs leading
they're
down
all
from
paying
the
attention.
castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't moving from their post, but they're certainly
Yeah.
paying attention.
So I motion to Dain to roll the body down the stairs.
Okay, yeah. I'll
And as the body
dramatically kick it
Action.
down the stairs.
So, this there's actually like one arm that's not badly kind of burned and that kind of flops around as the rest of the thing clatters down the stairs and gasps and people looking at each other.
The demons have turned on us. New ones have arisen from the rift, and they have killed your lord. Are there still demons around? In the midst of the human soldiers?
Not many.
Okay.
One or two.
Strike now and obey your lord. Or no, not obey. What's the word I'm looking for?
Avenge.
Avenge your lord. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll some persuasion.
Not deception? Oh, they're the same. Never mind. 16.
Moment as they all consider. Then a moment as absolute chaos erupts as they go slaying and tracking and killing. You now just hear steel on steel, splatters of blood.
But they're all aiming for the demons.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go breathe it in.
There are only a few of them and quite a few of the humans. After a certain time, one or two humans fall in horrible ways, but eventually the demons are slain.
Cool.
Can I go through and pick up a whole bunch of like demon intros and things and stuff that I'd be able to
Yeah.
make, like hearts and so on?
You can.
Yeah.
Now that the
Make
betrayers
stuff out
have
of
been
those.
slain, there is no longer anyone to give you your orders.
Or
Go
money.
back to your homes and your families. Hold your wives close. Bring your children your wages.
Persuasion again.
19.
They look at each other and you hear like this, the shimmer of whispers as he's dead, he's the gold. We didn't get the platinum, he promised.
You got the plan.
One of them steps forward. Nyath is gone. There's no point.
The castle itself lays empty. Help yourself to what you will.
After us.
A couple of them start climbing up the stairs. Rest of them put away their weapons. Look at each other. They start wandering off into the night. So, as the party stands at the now broken castle that once was, feeling quite a few experience points rack up after killing Nyath.
And the third strongest demon.
Yeah. Essentially, I'm switching back to the experience point system. So, you guys have gained a decent amount. We'll talk about that once the game has ended. But as the party now stands at the bottom of this castle, Nyath's forces immediately broken by Arkyan's wise words and have now dissipated. The fact that after, to you guys in time travel, several weeks, although only several days since Thrommond had initially sent you out to find out about Nyath, but not just find out about him, you managed to kill him and disband his army. You now wonder what is of Thrommond back in Blackwinter, and Fate, you immediately kind of think of the remuneration and the missing horns as well. Now transmuted to your skull. You feel like part of you has kind of vanished. However, the party, under the seemingly innocent sky, although slightly wary of what may be now drawn to this castle from the beacon, they discuss the ridiculousness of going through the veils of time and surviving. And as the party wanders further from the castle, as you hear men that work for Nyath pulling out gold plates or anything they can find and tucking them away for some kind of price for what they've given their lives for, but ultimately go looking for the next person to put coin in their pocket. That's where we'll leave tonight's game.
Does that happen during a long rest by any chance?
Party is still desperately in need of a long rest. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Thanks our guest player Ben, aka Flick, aka the Black Serpent. Welcome to the Nine Hells.
Feel free to stay there.
No rush.
Yeah, as for people out there in Twitch land, thanks very much for watching. Of course, the other game will be on in a couple of days, Eyes of Elysia, and this episode will be on YouTube within 4 days, in the next 4 days, and so you can watch again if you want, or any parts that you missed. Basically, from myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and my wonderful friends, the Black Winter Knights, we bid you adieu. Have a great night, and remember, D&D is the greatest game in the universe, and that's why we do what we do. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Love you.
Night.